sticking. It ain't moving. Just messed up on that one. Went to run. Switch players. Shit. Damn. Switch players. Sorry. Kid Ocean. Smoke session in here before we get this live stream going. I'm trying to let some people come on in. Get it cracking. Try to break a record and do one of our shortest live streams. We'll try to keep it to half an hour. We'll see if we can do it though. Never know. Tax that? Yo, did you, okay. Let's see. Slate now. We can actually see what we got going here. Smoky. Oh, yeah, naturally, okay. Oh, yeah, try to get at me if it's late. might do it. Shit. Oh, shit. Damn. Gotta watch overheating. Some of that higher grade stuff. Because you will overheat. Woo. At least I do. Woo. Welcome, everyone. Well, you know, of course, it's a late night session. Knees bother me, so, you know, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get on here, but I remember that I left a message. You know, someone was asking yesterday about we're going to do a live stream. No, Kush. Kush was saying, you know, something about doing a live stream, so I said, yeah, today. So, you know, since I said that. Now, if I wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't be going. I'd be giving my knee a break. But for some reason, my right knee's acting up, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of the part where I put my weight, you know, when I'm throwing, things like that. You know, I don't like lean back on my left. If anything, I'm, you know, more on my right, you know, as I'm leaning in or whichever way I'm throwing to the corner straight. But we do have our insert in, our hard insert in here. Me and the missus were just choking one down, as you can see or hear it. But got this video that I'm going to be dropping tonight. Man, we'll see if Google will let it get thousands of hits, man. I mean, we know it's going to be hating, but it's the hard table insert, and that's, you know, that's what we want to kind of rock out about tonight. Talk about these hard tables and why the casinos, you know, why they know better to change these tables to soft tables. Because I assure you, you've been rolling for a little bit, you'll be able to dominate these hard tables, especially if you've been rolling with the soft, bouncy tables, you know, like we're always suggesting, because most casinos are going to that. Yo. I just got the music up here. This computer's acting funky, so I'll step back after I'm, you know, just a little smoke session. Step back here and be able to look at the cam. Talk about these hard tables and soft tables, you know, and how I'm on the hunt for hard tables. Cause oh Lord, trying to keep together in this next video, but you know, we're just calling it Craps Hacking. Blow it up. That's all I'm gonna say is blow it up. I don't know anything else to put on, guys. I mean, so it's like I'm hoping Google doesn't hate on us on it. You know what I mean? These videos, but shit, I don't really know a good title to put on it. You know what I mean? Because we're going in there, of course, you know, we do dice training. You know, part of it, you know, I don't just throw the dice and look and try to control the dice, you know, or hack the dice or hack the craps game, meaning just totally find out backdoor passages that no one would ever think of, just some weird shit, you know what I mean, and like simplify it. But that's just my thing. Sounds a little weird to the average mind because they're used to all this, you know, highfalutin shit where you got to be a mathematician to, you know, or a scientist, you know, or a teacher, you know, lab technician to be able to understand some of these damn betting schemes. And you don't have to do all that. I said that, man. Hey, shout out to my dude Bone Thrower, by the way. Nothing but love for him, man. Still missing putting out videos, but I'm gonna ease back off of it. But I just, you know, I mean, I'm gonna continue to always give shouts out to Bone Thrower. So if we get any haters in, oh well, get used to it. Gotta show my respect. So, but you know, I've been rolling on this hard table for some time, right? I mean, this soft table, bouncy tables. I can. Okay. I mean, rolling on this bouncy table, right? So, yeah, I did a couple videos, you know, a little bit back. I wasn't too pleased with them. We were getting kind of shut down by Google. You know, some might think, okay, well, whatever, like, you know, like I'm BSing or something, you know, like that. But it really happens, you know. Google doesn't, you know, they shut our videos down. One, how I know this is because, you know, I have family and friends that are telling me, you know, they're not receiving the notifications. So, but according to my math, people are, probably 80% of the people out there are getting them that are subscribed, that have hit the notification bell. Hey, by the way, we're going to try to break a record. I even got the clock on this time right now, 28 minutes. We're going 30 minutes. Sorry, guys. Only because, you know, I'm kind of liking rocking out on the weekend on Sunday, you know, where I can put in some time and just, you know, start, you know, killing. I'm not going to go no more 7 hours. You know what I mean? So I got to rest up and, you know, take care of myself. But, where's I going? Yeah, so, anyhow, so I'm trying to go half an hour, man. You know what I mean? We'll go over 15, it's all right. But here's the thing. I've been rolling on the soft table for a long time, bouncy. You know, because that's the way the casinos are around here. You know, Hollywoods and that kind of thing. You know, well, you know, they've read Dominaire's book, Scobletti. You know, where, you know, because when you throw that 45-degree angle throw, you, you know, you really want to be on a hard table. That is a preferred throw for hard table. The premier premier grip throw on a hard table. You know, when you're like this. My premier grip is, you know, my thumb all the way down. Dominator doesn't do that. I don't have any affiliation. You guys know that. But we have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome, everybody, again. We're going to blow through 900 this weekend, I bet. And we're going to hit 1,000 in probably about 2 weeks, I'd say. We'll see. We'll see. It just depends if Google will allow our shit to go up, man. This next video, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to bring some people on because they're going to want to know how to throw these numbers over and over and over in a row. That's just my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all these bullshit takes and all that stuff to try to do that. You know what I mean? And when I come on here live stream, a lot of times I'm cooked. Like you know, I had the chips out there, right? I had the chips out and I had to clear them. I had a mess going. Well, that was a video, or not, I wish I would have videoed, you know what I mean? I wish I could really capture, you know, the shit like when I'm just working the stick. And, you know, it's like, you know, when you're doing videos and stuff, it makes it much more difficult to roll. So it's like, just like BT said, Bone Thrower, you know, you see how he is on video. It's no braggart. It's just, you know, because you got to actually break out of the matrix and realize that this isn't an easy thing to roll on video and roll some tight shit, right? You know, pay yourself right and all this and try to make sure that it's, you know, decent little, you know, video and stuff like that. You're talking clear, all this stuff. You know, meanwhile, you're, you know, wanting to grip the dice the same way every single time so you can hit those numbers. Whatever way you're throwing. And throw the same way every single time. Just a very consistent roll, you know, which has to be there. Then on top of that, you know, narrate and talk through the video, whether you do like Bone Thrower, you talk all the way through, or you do like how I do, and, you know, here and there, whatever. And I rock out to the music, and I just kind of slip away into the zone. And that's why I get excited in the videos, man. I'm not doing that stuff on purpose, guys. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, when I'm, you know, I'm like, damn it, blood. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just who I am, man. You know, I get heated because, you know, I start throwing numbers, man. That's why I'm trying to keep myself calm because, you know, that shit leaks into the casino. You know what I mean? That puts you on the map. You know what I mean? But, you know, I become someone else, though. You know, and I start hitting them numbers, man, and it's just that zone. You know, it's just the zone, you know, so. But I got off there where I was wanting to go. Back to the soft tables, hard tables. So you want to switch your tables up, man. Switch, you know, whether you do an insert, whatever. You know, I see a lot of guys online, you know, this kind of thing. Oh, that's right. You know, I'll get to that. Yeah, we would have a lot more subscribers and more views on our videos. And thanks for viewing the videos, guys, here lately. 2 different new throws. They're nasty. And they can be done. And that's why I'm talking about the hard table, you know, talking about it real hard tonight. Because they know better. Okay? They know about the Dominator throw, the Premier Grip throw, where you do the, you know, the Premier Grip throw. And, you know, you look to get anywhere from, I don't know, was it 3 to 5 rotations on the dice? I mean, it could go as low as 2, but, you know, you kind of got to really know what you're doing to get a 2 in there, you know, to roll in there with a 2, I guess you would say, because, and depending on the top. Because, see, I've been rolling with the soft top for so long, you know, I forgot how much I really like the hard top. And see, when I started really forcing myself into the soft top, you know, the bouncy shit, I didn't want to, man, but I had to because the casinos over here, you know, the dice are bouncing all off the table. You know what I mean? They're bouncing off the table. It's not it's not cool, you know what I mean? You see me on video, well, I used to have those live videos up, and I had to bend over. I'm like, oh, shit, I got the camera, you know, in my pocket, whatever, you know, this kind of thing. Picking up the dice for him, shit, like 2 or 3 times, you know, when a dude's rolling, like, damn, man, I mean, shit. You know what I mean? I'm over here doing deadlifts, you know, air deadlifts, you know, toe touches. You know what I mean? Bending over and stuff, you know. Meanwhile, Miz just real. You know, I'm mid-40s. You know what I mean? And my back's, you know, getting tight from standing at the table, especially if I'm not rolling. I mean, you know how it is. It's really hard to be at the table. You know You know, that's why with my knee on here, that's why I'm trying to be easy with it. You know what I mean? 'Cause it really is affecting me a little bit. You know, I mean, it's just little injuries, man. People wouldn't think no shit about. No, you can't control that. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is putting in your time. Whether you put in an hour a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, or 1 to 2, it doesn't matter. What matters is if you put an hour a day, an hour to 2 hours a day to be nasty. An hour a day will give you dice control. Hour or two a day will give you, will make you nasty on the table. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I this is just my opinion. I feel like you'll also have something we haven't talked about too much. I don't remember if I heard Bone Thrower. That'd be a good one for him to talk about. Come back and do a video on is adaptability. You know, because I don't talk about that much, but you know, if I got a chance to sit there and analyze the table, and, walk up and I can do like this, kind of, fill it like that, roll the dice on it. It doesn't matter if it's hard or soft. It doesn't matter. See, I'm trained. My training, it isn't just practice anymore. It's, I'm into training mode now. You know what I mean? My training is on a soft table and it's bouncy. So, I went to this hard insert and it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. The numbers, like you can stay on those numbers even tighter because when you're rolling the dice, that energy's dropping off, actually dropping off into the table. Unlike like this down here, see, that's bouncy. Now that roll that I've been showing you, I think it was this one like this. I think I did release that one, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the last one. I released that one like that because I had two, I had the stack grip, with the flip right there, slow motion. And that grip is nasty. You get that down, that's nasty. You get those proper rotations, those suckers will land, especially with a hard table. I mean, that throw right there is for a hard table. I'm just telling you guys, that stack grip right there, where the dice come off, and they separate and they're spinning like that, that's designed to come off, land, energy drop right into the table. And it's going to do good on a soft table, but you got to remember with a soft table, you're going to get extra, like if, I don't know if you would have to work with a soft and hard table to understand this, what I'm saying right now. That there's little fractions that go on, little movements that happen with the dice. In between like a hard table. Like a hard table, the dice really shut down. They really shut down. On my table, they don't shut down. On the soft, bouncy table, they don't shut down. They have that extra little, action that they might do. And that extra little action could flip that one dice over. And that could give you your 7 out. And that's the difference. That's the difference. But that roll right there, that's nice. When you throw it, though, you're going to have to find out the distance. And I'll get back to you on that one. The distance on the stack grip when you throw it. I think with a soft, bouncy table, you want to get that one landed in there kind of tight to the wall. You want to have that one a little bit tighter to the wall to shut the action down. Because there's a fine point when you get that close to the wall where it's going to be... it's like a sweet spot, you know what I mean? It's like a sweet spot. There's a real, I'm gonna work on, and I'll get back to you on that because it's some detailed shit here. You understand what I'm saying? But so many inches off the wall, and I think it's like within like 2 inches. It's like that short range. It's not that 6 inch, like 2 to 6 inches, like regular. This is like with that stack grip. I mean, you kind of really want to get those in there a little bit tight, maybe 2 to 3 inches, tight to really see that the control and see it like staying on the same numbers and that kind of thing. I'm almost positive that's what it was because I was working it the other day and I was like, wow, so you got to keep this thing close to the wall, where a hard table you can bring them out a little bit further, closer to maybe 6 inches, and they'll shut down. This is a hard table, see, so you're out from deep. Of course, this is I'm standing at 116 inches right here. You see how they, bam, you know what I mean? They land. I didn't set them anyway. They landed. I don't even think they jumped over. That's what that throw was designed to do. So I think personally, for the few of us that are here, this is a goodie. I'm just telling you, man, this is a goodie. The reason those throws are coming out is because those throws are nasty. Those are money throws. I'm showing you those dice right there. I'm not shitting you. You can find a hard table though. Get into L1. Get into L1 because the reason is it's going to shut down. You know, the further out you're throwing, you're going to get more activity with the dice. You know, me, I don't have a problem neither way. You know what I mean? If anything, it would be, I would say probably my best point would be closest in between 1 and 2, SL1 and 2. But really, those shots I'm showing you, you want to be at L1 if you can be. That way you have the minimal action and I know I digressed from something else. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to it. But with these dice shutting down and reactions of hard tables and soft tables, this throw I'm throwing with like a loop, like a 45-degree angle too. It might be a low one, but I'm still throwing. All my throws are on a premise like that. I said that before. I just want to make sure that that's stated. So, we're getting a lot more people on the boat now, guys. So there's a lot more people on the internet that, they certainly want to become winners. And we welcome them. We're glad. I mean, shoot, it's okay. It's not like we have like 10,000 or like 100,000 viewers where we're just like, damn, there's a lot of us out there dominating. Shit, I'm okay with that. So we can give out the goodies right here. I don't think that should be an issue. So now I'll throw that one grip here. This one here. I'm calling it like a front, it's like old school super grip front stack. So they're like stacked like an inline stack, right? Instead of the top stack. So that's a top stack like that. This is more of the front stack. So and this one is designed to do pretty much the same thing, but it'll help to open them up, a little bit better. Open them up because sometimes with this roll here, like that last roll, they like stayed tight together up until last point. So that's why, I don't know if I showed you, I actually have a stagger where I stagger that one like that. Where it's actually, the dice are actually staggered. Let me see here if I can show this damn thing right. They're just barely staggered where you can see the pip right there. Oh shit, hold on here. There it is right there. So you can see the pip right there, see how it's staggered. And that's what I mean. You do that staggered, then that's going to help to break them away. It's just little nuggets I'm throwing there out there for you. So you throw it like that, you're going to have like 90% chance that they are not, going to like, flop on each other type thing. Because with that throw, you don't want them to hit each other. You don't want them to hit each other because what that's going to do is it's going to lock them into whatever you got the dice pretty much set to. If you're in an all 7 one way or another, that's going to be all bad because you're going to hit a 7 because it locks them down. And I haven't worked on that kind of shot off that particular throw, but that's a shot. I know that's there, but it's just, there's so many dimensions to this shit, It's just, it's like Never Land, to be honest. So, I don't even, we're not even taking a point or anything. So, but that was that way. So that's the way, in case if you're practicing that roll, just stagger them a little bit. And the key is just make sure you still, got your regular grip and they're, parallel to the back. Make sure that they're down, squeezing each other, like down, down on top of each other, squeezing, let them rip. See, and they won't hit each other for the most part. That kind of thing. I don't even think I set those, man. That was a Cadillac. I'm silly. Random shit. But I can't begin to explain to you how much I really like that roll. I'm talking about I really, really, really like that roll. That little top stack right there, man. Especially, you do the stagger, flip it out there. And now the key, you seen in the slow motion, maybe I didn't want my arm to come up so high. It's going to come up to when you're releasing, the dice on that one. When you're releasing the dice on that one and how much flip, you're getting out of your finger, that kind of thing. But make sure to throw that at a 45-degree angle. Try to bring that in, 45-degree angle. That roll and this roll here, the one I'm just showing a video today, or just put out. I think it was like late in the morning or whatever. And but I just shot another one today that's pretty hard. That was, you know, I came unglued. Blow it up. Whatever, man. It's whatever. You guys already know, man. I'm just world silly. I mean, I can't help myself, man. I can't help myself. But hey, welcome everyone, guys. I'm still on this side of the camera. I don't have I more or less got the music going here, so it's try to keep it up loud enough because I know someone wanted. I mean, I know some of you guys are feeling some of those beats out there, man. They get me amped up because you're gonna have noise and music in the casino anyway. I'm gonna fade away anyway. You know what I mean? When I'm in the casino, you know, I'm gonna drift away. And my whole thing is try not to drift away. And next thing I know, I'm coming out of like a 35 or a 40 piece. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? I done bankrolled the shit out of them. So, I mean, you gotta be careful, man. You know what I mean? You put a lot of practice in like this, man, because you'll go into machine mode. You know what I mean? You will. Believe me. It used to happen to me in powerlifting. You know what I mean? I was a big deadlifter, man. Big deadlifter. I won't go into too much of it because that would give up my position potentially. There's not too many, that would kind of really nail things down a little bit too much there. But anyhow, back to this roll though. This one here from deep, really from short, so it shuts the action down. And when you let them go, and it's like, you don't want to release them down like straight down. You want to release them more out towards the corner, and that will bring them straight down. You see what I mean? So if I release them like towards the corner, see, I release them more towards the corner, and it comes out kind of straight. It's just little stuff like that. I mean, but if you're practicing these rolls, this is some other shit right here for you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I've never seen any of these rolls in a book or anything, guys. Never. I haven't put a book out yet for them. Of course, I don't know if I will. I'm just saying. You never know. Highly doubt it. I'm too busy with other shit, man. I'm too busy. My thing is, I'm consumed on some level to just, you know, breaking these casinos off, man. You know what I mean? And back to this adaptability. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm throwing this throw and showing you. Because adapting to the hard tables, knowing what rolls to roll. And that's going to shut down that double pitch a lot. And you're going to be able to use that hard way throw a lot more than you think. You know, with this roll right here. But you want to make sure you get in there tight, you know, to that L1 position. And just be easy with the arm. Make sure, see, I have longer arms, so the key with L1, like for me, I'm heavy armed, you know what I mean, like frame one that, like you do physical fitness and stuff like that, the L1 shit is hard, man. You know what I mean? When you lift weights and all that, man, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're pushing some weights, because it ain't nothing. You don't even feel these dice in your hands. You see what I'm saying? You literally have to like train yourself to just let your arm out there. Just let your arm do all the work. Just bring your arm up and let it, you know, fixate on the motion you want your arm to do and bring it up and just do that motion with effortlessness. You know what I mean? With no muscle in it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want any muscle in there. You're going to be going too strong from L1. You're going to get too much crash because you can overpower it from L1. See, it's easier to roll from L1, but you can also overpower it. Now, see, I'm heavy armed. That's why I throw from 9 foot out, because I'm heavy armed and I have longer arms. So once I'm releasing, I'm at 9 foot. Shit, I'm already releasing. I'm up under 7 foot. You know where I'm actually extended to right here. I'm standing at 116. I'm releasing. My hands are up under 7 foot right here, because the 7 foot mark is right here where the dice are. Looks like 7 foot. Let me see. Yeah, 7 foot. Yep, that's the one right there. So, see, so I'm well under 7 foot. You know, right here. So if I move in just a little bit, shit, I'm releasing it damn near almost 6 foot away right there. You know, so when I come in here and I'm at 7 foot, when I'm releasing, shit, I only got a couple feet out there. You see what I'm saying? So you got to actually think about that. Maybe if you have shorter arms, it's perfect for you. You see what I mean? You got to think about those kind of things, man. I've never seen anyone talk about these kind of little details, nooks and crannies, or read about these kind of things. Personally, myself, and I haven't read everything, so I'm not, you know it all or any of that shit. But I mean, I do know a little bit though. I mean, I know how to make money at this game, hack the shit off this thing. But back to what I'm saying, in close, the key is let your arm, like for me, longer arm, and you know, with the heavier arm, just let it go out there. But make sure you really focus on that release in your fingers. Make sure you get that real good wrist action or finger action where it releases and it lets those dice come out of there. Really lets them spin out of there. See if I can, because you really want them to. See, you really want them to come out of there, like flip out of there. You really want that flip in there, but you don't want too much flip. But you want the correct, flip or side spin, and you always want your dice to stay like this. That's the whole thing about this way of throwing the dice, like that. Keep them like that, parallel to the table, and make sure you get correct rotation. I don't know how much rotation to the side to get you. I haven't got into that part yet. I just know what it feels like to throw them right. I'll look into that and I'll get back to you with that detail as far as how many rotations like that. Keeping the dice parallel to the table, but spinning like that. It's the best. It's the best. It's gonna come off they're gonna hit, be flat, they're gonna come off the wall and still come down flat. It's just, I don't know, man, it's just unbelievable, man. So make sure you get that proper spin in there close. Make sure you get that spin. Those are a little off. 4-1. It's funny, that's what I just threw. It was a 4-1-5. That would have been a double Cadillac if we were counting anything, but we're just, whatever, it doesn't matter. But make sure you get that spin, though. Make sure you get that spin, and also the 45-degree angle is the key to all my throws, guys. It's going to probably help someone out there. It's the key to all my throws. 45-degree angles, whether they're low ones or, I guess you could say they wouldn't technically be low, because a 45-degree angle is a 45-degree angle. So when I say low or higher, excuse me, I'm still using kind of that rainbow effect. My dice are still getting this, this kind of effect like this. I'm never throwing, for the most part, I'm not doing that unless I'm like doing a wall crasher, something like that. And even then, I still, as I showed the other live stream, I think in the 7-hour, the record breaker, oh my God, I come in like this, coming off the spikes, and then they hit off the tip of the spikes and comes down like that. So it's not hitting and bouncing off. It's just, things I've learned, from rolling for hours and hours. See, that was strong right there. That was strong. That's what I mean. You can easily throw those guys too strong. You can very easily throw them too strong. We don't want to throw them too strong. That was a good one. That was a good one. That would have been our third 6 on that. I'm sorry. Too many times I've thrown 6s, guys. Shit blends in at this point. I apologize. A lot of practice sessions. Ow. Damn. Shit. So you gotta watch that. I got a piece of lonely wood underneath the table. I just walked by, fucking stubbed my toe, man. Bullshit. You gotta watch little shit like that, man. It can take you out. Just trying to give a nice little gentle, And you see if it popped off there? I guess I was thinking how the 6s were coming, maybe. I'm playing. That's the way you want to throw that, though. L1, it's gold, man. It's a bad roll. But we're using the hard way, though, guys. We're using the hard way set. L1 on this one, guys. Can't stay off that 6-1. Can't stay away from it. Hang on now. We got problems at the home front. We can't stay away from the 6-1. Let me go ahead and hit this ball real quick. But anyway, that's from the L1. Normally I don't roll that bad, obviously, but hey, it's all right. My left dice is doing this. It's waggling in the air. Like I said, I've been practicing all day and all that, man. So, you know, and it's late night. What the hell is it doing? Yeah, one dice is like waggling like that. You'll see the video I just put out before this. You'll be like, oh, okay. So, you know what I mean? I like pretty much blew my wad, man. You know, rolling that one. It's pretty hard, man. It's pretty damn hard. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it, but you know, like when I'm just throwing right there, you know, it's not a big concentration or anything like that. I only, myself, and this might help somebody at the house, you know, I'll 7 out online, it doesn't matter. Live stream, it doesn't matter. So that's real shit. And those 6-1s are coming up. You know why? I'm not focusing. How much focus do you have in a day? I guess that's really the question. A lot of people don't know about that. You only have so much in a day. You're not going to be badass every time you roll the dice. Now, most time I am. But not every time I grab the dice. Shit, you know, I got to warm up and, you know, like I'd have to make adjustments to this 6-1, the 6-1 out BS that's happening here. Let me think here. How did I have that set up there? Oh, no shit. Okay. Okay, I see what I did. Whatever, but anyway, so, you know, you only have so much juice, man. You only have so much juice, so, you know, is what it is. You know, that's going to help somebody. You know what I mean? Don't throw in your fatigue, man, for money. Don't throw in your fatigue for money. And don't practice, like serious practice for money. I mean, don't serious practice or like go into like a session. Like, you know, if I wasn't shooting live stream, you know, I'd be sitting down eating, watching shows or whatever, because I've already like rolled my shit. You know what I mean? Like that next video that you'll see what I'm saying. You know, I blew my wad, man. You know what I mean? I blew my wad on that one, like right before I came on here. So, I rolled some other shit that I didn't video. So, you know, I rolled some really hard 5s in this other one. I came unglued. And you know, your adrenaline gets clicked then, okay? And you got to think about all this, you know what I mean? You got to really, you know, you really want to be a roller and know your role. Oh, hear the clock. It said, oh, it's time to go. All right, I'm not finished, though. You got to know your focus, man. You got to know when it's right to be in the casino and have the money on the line. It's not just go in there because, hey, you know, this is the time, you know, hey, I'm going to go at any time. No, you're really serious about going in and banging them out, you know, winning and winning and winning. That's going to be a factor. You don't go in fatigued. You don't stay and play for money fatigued. I'm not telling you, you know, anything I guess you don't know or I'm not, you know, reprimand or, you know, I can't stress to you how important that is. You know what I mean? A lot of these rolls online, you see me 7 out. It's, you know what I mean? I don't even care, man. Cause it's like, dude, it's so positive. You know what I mean? That's why I try to show you those videos when I first wake up. Those fast videos, because that's the real me. You know what I mean? Not this late night bullshit when I've already, you know, rolled like, I'm not going to give the video away, but it's nasty. I mean, blow it up, damn it. I'm just telling you. Google might hate on it, but it's a nice motivation for Friday. Again, you know, we're going to have, I'm just glad, you know, I just want to put this out there. I'm glad you guys are sticking with me, man, because, you know, I hope no one out there ever thinks I'm, like, trying to brag. I'm not trying to do that. It's, you know, I'm really trying to not have the focus on me. You know what I mean? But I'm the one rolling, and, you know, I'm trying to, like, convey to you that, you know, it's not about me. It's about you and what you can do. I'm only showing you what can be done. You see what I mean? I might be blazing some trails, and that's okay. Just like Bone Thrower did. He paved the way for me to come. You see what I mean? I wouldn't just give myself the name Dangerous Arm for nothing. It would have been nice for someone else to, but see, I've always been nervous about letting people know about my rolling. You know what I mean? So I'm, but no, it's not about me. We're not here charging and all this, stuff. And I'm not hating on anyone, man. I mean, that's your thing. Do your thing. I'm a hustler, man. I'm a hustler. Okay, I've been for many years now. I'm not talking about legal hustle bullshit either. You know what I mean? Hustling doesn't mean you're selling dope and all that. You know what I mean? Life is a hustle. I mean, you gonna let hustle you or you gonna hustle it? That doesn't mean, doing people wrong and things like that. Just so we're clear. We're talking about like good old American, hard-working, bust your ass, you get rewarded for putting your time in. And that's what we do here. However good you want to be, you want to be at Bone Thrower Dangerous Arm level. Or I guess say Bone Thrower level. Whatever. I mean, I only put myself in there, because, I'm currently putting out videos, and it's like, dude, I've already put it out there, man. I'll fucking, I'll challenge anybody. It doesn't matter. I wish there was a way to do that shit. And when the last live stream, I meant to come on and do a video, but I was like, it'd be kind of corny. I'll cover it next time. I wasn't in any way saying I'm better than Bone Thrower. And so we get that straight. I wasn't in any way, because I was tired and stuff, and I've been going for hours, and it might have been misconstrued, that some way I'm like, hey, I'm better than Bone Thrower. I just wasn't saying as a roller to another roller. See, because when I train with my world champion buddies, they are world champions, by the way. Powerlifters. They're world record holders. I'm not shitting you. I'm telling you the real deal, okay? Dudes I used to train with. That's why I look at it. This is why I look at it. Like, that's why I said what I did. Just to explain real quick. Thing about Bone Thrower. It's no different than when I used to deadlift with my good buddy. I'm not going to say anything. I won't even say his initials. But we trained at the baddest gym on the planet. And if you thought about it, yes, you're right. At Louis. You're absolutely right. When I was training with my man over there, I wasn't like, hey, he's a better deadlifter or anything like that. Because I knew you just don't do that kind of thing mentally. I mean, if someone's like superseding you, like, you know what I mean? Like with deadlifting or with squatting, it's like, okay, well, the fucking dude's squatting 900. I'm nowhere near 900. I'm squatting like 740, 800. 800 pounds, that kind of shit. So, I'm nowhere near that dude. You know what I mean? I'm just being real with you, you know what I mean? I'm not a bullshitter, right? When it came to deadlifting, see, that was my shit, though, see? I built a deadlift. You know what I mean? And I slip into another zone, just somewhere else. I just completely am able to go somewhere else and leave my body. I know how to do that. It's not intentional, it just happens. Like all the rage and anger, it happens, and it's like I go from weighing 270 to about this big. And next thing I know, I'm housed inside this huge body, and I'm just kind of like this little guy at the controls, and I'm just not saying anything or thinking anything. I'm just watching it all go down. Try not to have any thought. I'm just watching it, because that's when you're on point. That's when you know you're in a zone. If you ever experience that, stay in there. Stay in there. So I would never give up. To conclude the story about the Bone Thrower thing, dude I used to deadlift with, relation, I would never say, hey, he's better than me. I wouldn't openly admit, hey, he's better than me. Like squatting, well, yeah, he's better than me. There's no reason, but I wouldn't be like, I'm not into, hey, I'm not saying he is or he isn't better than me. I know this much. I'd love to train with him, though. See what I mean? I don't take those paths with Bone Thrower. That dude's like my brother, man, from another mother. And dude, if I got a chance to train with Bone Thrower, we had a chance to train with each other, you imagine? We would probably legitimately have to have someone go ahead and put the book out. Because we're fucking shit up. I'll tell you right now. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I know how we're going to do it solo. You get two dudes like that together, now we got a whole nother thing. Skull Bloody and Dominator, huh? I don't know. Sounds like a new gin to me, but anyhow, though, so I wasn't saying any bullshit like that, man. I'm not in that shit talking, you know what I mean? But I just knew any day, I could deadlift 800. You know what I mean? My best was 780. You know what I mean? I could, pull around 800 or whatever, and I knew that he was close too. See, we were right around the same ballpark, so I couldn't really speak on it. You see what I mean? Couldn't really speak on it, but it just all depended on who had the better day. So, sometimes you could be level a skill with folks, but how well are you able to go into the zone? See what I mean? I'm not talking purposely going to the zone. I'm just saying natural occurrence. It's something that just naturally happens with me personally, as I focus on throwing the dice the same way over and over. It's just doing a repetitive thing. I'll slip into a zone. And that's the way it works for me. And that is really where you want to be. You see what I mean? So you can have two guys at the same level of skill. I'm not talking about me and Bone Thrower. I'm just saying anybody, same level of skill. The guy who's going to outthrow the other definitely will be the guy that goes into a zone. Because see what happens when you go into a zone, you're hitting on all cylinders, baby. I mean, I call it machine mode. I used to go in that mode when I'd fight too, I'm just saying it. It's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Had a couple, like 8 assault charges, man. I was younger as record break. But anyway, another day, another story. It'd take too long to get into it. Whatever. I'm glad I'm not that person now. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm too old to fight. You know what I mean? We don't do that bullshit anymore. We don't fight no more, man. It's too real out here anymore. You see what I mean? We ain't fucking around. Shit. Bullshit, man. I got money to make off these casinos. Got time to fuck around. So anyway, just saying, you know what I mean? We're gonna represent those Second Amendment rights. I know you guys are out there, and I know you feel me. Oh yeah, real dangerous. We're gonna protect ourselves and our families. I know you will too. Tight community. But yeah, so the guy that goes into a zone is gonna be the guy who's gonna win, who's gonna be the more dominant, and whatever the best thing for you to do and get into a zone is what you want to do. See, the haters are going to hate, but I got to put it out there because you know what I mean? Bone Thrower was the one that I knew that could do that the best. Could slip into a zone while he's throwing. Like, he literally was in a zone throwing. Looking back, it's amazing. He would literally be in a zone throwing, talking us through it. That shit's super rare. Me, I'm not, I can barely talk, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, out there in Never Land. I remember there's so many times I'll be at the casino, and that's why I have to get out and I have to train myself here. It's not just I'm just showing you guys efficiency here. That's training for the casino. So when I'm in there, I'm already trained up subconsciously to let down or so I don't start getting crazy like on the 30s and all that shit, especially like local. Now, if I'm away from home, that's different. Like way away, but not here at the local casinos, man, because they already know me. They already give me a hard time. And I hate that shit, man. I can't stand that because then I get pissed. Hell, I didn't say I wasn't still dealing with anger. I'm not an angry person, but I'm highly strung, obviously. You seen the 17-hour or the 7-hour Dangerous Arm live stream. Serious energy, man. Serious energy. So I try not to get heated. I try to tip them off. I try not to get sucked in, and I try to make sure I have to play games with myself sometimes. I'm just telling you guys, keeping it super real with you. Now, sometimes I have to play head games with myself so I don't, get upset with the crew because they're talking to me too much or whatever, and I'm like, oh, shit, damn it. Trying to roll the dice or fucking with me already, you know what I mean? Like, damn it. So, and you got to pick your spots, you know what I mean? Because if you feel like, there's so many times where I pulled my money or turned it off, and they're like, damn, you turned your money off like at the perfect time, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. You guys are sitting there dicking around, man. Start pulling my nuts. You know what I mean? Start stepping on my balls when I'm trying to make money. You know what I mean? Shut me down. So, and I know that as soon as I lose my little bit of my focus, and you that's why you got to know yourself. You know what I mean? That's something I certainly, am working on. I'm actually working on, like, making money, like, rolling, like, talking to people. Not like when I'm doing video, but You know, like I'm talking to the stick man rolling. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I'm trying to get like, you know, used to that kind of thing. You know, just kind of chatting it up, but and rolling, like rolling fast though. You know, that kind of thing. So, you know, that way it will also put me deeper undercover, but I'm not as solid. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't, you know, I want to be as solid as I can, and the most solid I can be is not talking to nobody. Get the dice, let them rip. Get the dice, let them rip. Let the dice, press it, let them rip. Press it, let them rip. Press it, let them rip. Press it, press it, let them rip. You know what I mean? Pull it down, turn it off. Appreciate it. Got the stack. Thank you. Roll, roll, roll. 7 out. Oh, okay. Boom. Through 15. Sweet. I don't give a shit. See, because the damage happened within 10. You see what I mean? We can't. I'm just a guy I like to simplify stuff. You know what I mean? I don't care about all the highfalutin stuff. I want to make things. I'm just an old country dude. You know what I mean? That somehow I'm stuck up here in the northern part of the states, whatever, middle part of the states, northern part. You know what I mean? I really should be south, you know, or west in the mountains. You know what I mean? I'm just a laid back dude, farm type. You know what I mean? I just want to make my money and get the hell on down the road, man. I don't care about need no other drinks or, you know, maybe I could add that to my game, but see, I got a lot of Indian blood in me, so, you know, black, a lot of Indian, that kind of thing. And you gotta know your limits. You know what I mean? You gotta know your limits. You know, I like vodka. You know what I mean? And you know, I lose it. You know what I mean? You know, I just start slipping into, you know, Crazyville a little bit, and you know what I mean? I carry a gun everywhere I go. That's not good to do, to drink and carry a gun. So I try to be as responsible as I can. I haven't actually had a drink in years. I'm not knocking anyone that does, just saying I don't. Just saying I don't personally. You know what I mean? I try to keep it tight. You know what I mean? I'm strictly about my monies. You know what I mean? As soon as I get, you know, I get a drink in me, then, you know, here I go. You know what I mean? Start being, not that I can't, I mean, I can control myself, just, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I can't keep that crazy shit down, man. You know what I mean? I can normally keep a hold of it, but, you know, if it ain't there, but, you know, especially if I have any issues, man, and I'm sitting there drinking, it's all bad, man. It's all bad, you know, because I punched my thing and messed up my hand. I wasn't drinking or no shit like that, man. That was just normal. You know what I mean? If I was drinking, it would have been worse. You know, so anyway, I'm not proud of it. Just saying, you know, you got to know your limits. I know my limits. I can't hang, so I don't try to hang. But what I do is bang those numbers on them. Give me the money. I'm there for only 10 and I'm out. I might roll 20. Help the table out a little bit. You know what I mean? Whatever. They should already been making money off those 10. Because fuck, I'm going to be rolling numbers, man. Believe me. That's my game. I'm not bragging. That is the way I roll. That's the way, you know, why you need to know how you roll. You'll see in the video again. I'm not, you know, there's not a lot it takes to do all this shit, man. It's like, you know, first it was like, you know, one, you know, couple, you know, bunch in a row. Here, you know, a couple little 3 in a row 8s. A couple days go by, hit another one on video. And now, you know, I'm catching a lot of it. I'm not even catching like, you know, the half, like when I'm off, you know, off cam where I'll like throw like something retarded, like I'll throw like a 9 or a 10, you know what I mean? But I'll be on like just 2 numbers that whole way, then I'll 7 out. You know what I mean? That's one fabulous roll, man. That's one fabulous roll. See, we have to get to, and I'm going into something else here. All right, I'm going to put 20 minutes on myself and I'm out. 20 minutes and I'm out, guys, sorry. Because you know I don't have no control. I do on the table with walking away with money. It's just when I get on here, I'm, you know, I get in the zone and I just start opening up. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. So, but yeah, man, I mean, you know, I'm real serious about making these monies, man. I'm not, you know, down with playing any games. You know, I want to get in there, make my money, and get out. You know what I mean? I like to, you know, focus on, you know, it reminds me of when I was 14 and we used to drive, you know, clear around, you know, clear down the freeway for like almost an hour to go train, to go weightlift. Me and a buddy of mine, won't say his name. Good buddy of mine. Oh my God, he was so fun. This dude was so smart, man. He was already, years ago, 30 years ago, he was already talking about, you know, body algorithms and shit, man, at like age 14, 15. No, he was 16. He was 16 because he was driving, and I was 15. That's right. He was 16, I was 15. That's right. Yep. He's already talking about all this weird shit, man. Like, what the fuck? And so now, I hear a bunch of stuff going on. I'm like, what? Going into a zone, how to get in the zone, how to remain in the zone. When you slip into a zone, you'll catch yourself. Like, you might be banging numbers. Like, if you're throwing, so you might notice it. You might not think that you're in the zone, right? Let me just hip you. Say if you're rolling at your house, you're rolling. You throw a 4, your point's 4. You throw a 6, 9, throw a 4. You come out, throw another 4. You throw a 5, throw a 4, 4. You're in a zone. See, because you're nailing those numbers. It isn't, especially when you do that over and over. What has to happen, though, is when you notice you're in the zone is don't think about it. I've said this before. Don't think about it. Just let it happen. I mean, especially if you want to let, rock out at the casino, just keep rocking out and beating up on them. Me, myself, I want to catch myself. Because, there's been several rolls where I've been at the casino and I come off a 30 piece, a low 30 or high 20s, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? And my chip rack is stacked and it's just, you know what I mean? Because I done went into a damn zone. I done showed these people too damn much. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. I know you guys have experienced that. You know what I mean? You be there with a buddy or something, you're like, damn, what just happened? And they're like, dude, you just went off. You're ripping it, man. You just threw like 10 nines and, you know what I mean, all this other shit, like 6 points and all this other stuff. And you're like, oh, damn, nice. Because I slip into a zone like that. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep track of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to I'm so laser focused on keeping those dice, throwing them the same way. Whatever way I'm setting up, I'm trying to throw the same way, set up the same way, do the same thing every time. I'm trying to do that same routine every time for the most part, unless I'm trying to like run a roll, unless I'm stunting on them. If I'm stunting on them, meaning like, I talk in slang. If I'm stunting on them, what I mean is I'm like just running stunts. I'm switching up my routine a little bit, but it's still meaningful, and it's like the same thing. I might just be running through like 3 different ways I'm setting up, but it's the same setup, but 3 different ways, but I'm doing the same thing over and over. So instead of one routine, I'm doing like maybe 2 or 3, just to throw them off a little bit with my hand, just to throw them off a little bit, so it doesn't look like so repetitive, because it will look super repetitive when you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Then you're nailing the same numbers. You know what I mean? They look in your eyes and you're not there. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen rollers before. You know what I mean? They'll just be out there somewhere else. They'll be out. I mean, that's what I've seen. You know what I mean? They'll be out there somewhere else. I mean, for the most part. I mean, it's like, or that's the way I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm way, way, way away from the table, and you can tell real hard. So I try not to let myself get sucked into it, although that's where you want to be, though, see? I'm trying to find the fine balance, but at the same time, nail within those 10. So I think that that's so important to nail within your 10, because if you look at the math of it, the math is you're going to get rolls within your 10 a lot more than 15 to 20 if you do the math. I mean, even for us with higher averages, because we 7 out early too. You seen the 6-1s coming up, so I'm not even rolling these bitches no more. Fuck that, man. Punk ass died. Lucky I don't throw these bitches away. I'm still waiting on my other ones to get here. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit, man. They're supposed to be here, but I think I got the big ones, the nice ones. It's going to be nice to roll with these new ones, man. These tight, crispy ones, man. Because I use them from the casino, the tight ones, tight edges, but I can't use them on film, because people will be hating and that kind of thing. And I understand it, They have holes drilled through them and all that shit's great, but it don't... I mean, you do what you do that keeps you consistent. I use these dice a lot of times on my practice. One, because I don't want to chunk up my video dice. My video dice. I don't want to chunk those up. They're chunked up. And I can go down and I can buy, they change them like every shift. So I can go down here about half an hour away or so and, get several pair of these. And, they're tight and they'll bite. I mean, what you want. That's why you want those new dice, because they'll bite into the canvas, the felt, whatever your top is, that kind of thing. They're not going to dig and bite as much into hard tables. They're going to slow them down a little bit, use them as kind of a break, that kind of thing. But those rolls I'm showing you, that's just not going to matter. You know what I mean? That's not going to matter. The only thing that's going to matter is you throwing these dice and keeping them spinning, keeping them like this, level, keeping them level and them spinning. You see? And keeping that bobble down. Because that's why on a hard table, they're going to drop down. A lot of energy is going to go out of them. On a soft table, they're going to go down. See how they, like that? See that little bit like that? Just from dropping them from right here. You see how they display and do all that stuff? That's where the super control comes in. Hope I explained everything right on that. But yeah, so it's a good thing to be able to slip into a zone. I'm not, like I said, man, I'm not throwing them bitches no more. Fuck that. The video before this, before I came on here, what I cleaned off, I had 6 points. 6 points. 3 on the 10, 2 on the 4, and 1 on the 8. You know, and, I had like 4, no, I had 5 10s, and 4 to 6 4s. And the 8 was just 2 8s because it was a Cadillac. I was like, oh my gosh, of course you fucking son of a bitch. Excuse my mouth, but of course. That's what it's like, dude. I'm talking about the super hard shit. Just really hard. Really hard, man. Like back-to-back hard 4s, back-to-back hard 10s, back-to-back, for Cadillac points, for super Cadillacs, on the hard ways. The raw shit that happens that I can't catch on film because I'm not going to put the film on all day long and all. I got other shit I need to do. I'm just saying, for the most part, when I film, I'll come in and I like to drop one early in the morning before I walk out to my part-time because that's the best time for me to roll during the day. And when I get home, that's another good time for me to roll during the day. And another really good time for me to roll during the day is after, like if I wasn't doing this live stream, if I'd be sitting there watching a little movie or a couple TV shows, come on in here, look at the table, then get on in here, put some work in, then I'll throw another hard one. So it's like 3 times of the day. I don't know if you guys notice that there's 3 times of the day when I roll that, it's really raw. It's really raw. So it's important to, hey, welcome everyone. I didn't even know we had 25 people on here. Hey, welcome everyone. I'm just japping away. Trying to get it all in because I don't want to go long because I'm going to probably come back on Sunday. Hey, we might be adding Sundays in as well. I'm just saying, pop-up Sundays. Matador missed this Monday. Unless I didn't get a notification. I didn't see a Matador Monday. But, when you come here, this is for the new folks. You come here, we try to keep everything fresh. We'll reiterate some things, of course. I mean, it's a lot of material. I looked the other day. I didn't realize we're well over 300 videos now. I'm going to have to weed through some of those, probably get rid of some of those. But it's good to go look at some of those vintage ones. And then come back and look now and see the rolls you're seeing. So that way you can see for yourself. And look at the time. And then you can go, oh, okay, so Dangerous this is where he progressed in this amount of time. See what I mean? That's why I try not to pull anything down. Because I think that's good so you can see, in 8 months, how far I progressed. 8 months ago, I wasn't nailing those numbers like this, man. But I used to throw a lot more longer rolls. And that's how I would get my numbers out of my rolls. But now, it's like I don't have the intention to throw long rolls because I feel like it's a fucking waste of time because it uses my juice. If I'm at the casino and I slip into a zone, whatever, and I throw a long one, that's fine. If I'm here and I slip into a zone, a lot of times it happens. Like I'll be off film and, the other night, man, threw 38. That little spin shit on top, threw a 38, did the stack way. I threw a 38, it was ridiculous. I wish I could have gone on film. It was so ridiculous, so sick. That way, 38, then I threw a nice 33 like this, from 9 foot out. And they were both sick. I'm like, you know what, whatever, man, of course. These are times I just come in, I pick up the dice, and I start throwing. That's why I always try to, go ahead and flip the tape on, flip it on, because I know that, as soon as I touch the dice, shit. A lot of times, man, it's on. A lot of times it's on. You know what I mean? But to account for the nerves that might happen when you're at the casino, if you know that about yourself, you can use the craps gold, throw for a little bit, and adjust. Unless you're in Vegas or one of these places like my man in Washington, where it's only $1 buy-in. Are you kidding me? $1 buy-in. Big shout out to my man out there. Big shout. I think it might be Jay out there. I mean, he said, yeah, you should come out to Washington. I'm like, you know what? I might have to just revamp this bitch, man. Just, hell, I hate to be doing all that traveling, but I don't like flying, but damn, man. That'd be kind of cool. Go out to Washington, spend a little bit of time, a couple weeks out there, rock out some of their casinos. I mean, the minimum bet thing, I wouldn't go always minimum. The reason I'd use minimum is to fill out the table. That is such a luxury for those of you that have that luxury to fill out a table at a low buy-in. We don't have that where I'm at. It's a $10 buy-in. So if you want to get on the monies, you got to go 64 across, 10 on the pass line. That's 74 across, 74 right there. You know what I mean? And that's where you want to be anyway, to really, get your money, generate things like that. But I'm saying, if you're just there and you're fresh to warm up and set cheap, shit. Dude, I'm going to pay $10 all day long to get warmed up on that bitch. To have a chance to get up on those numbers and potentially compound that money up and use that little bit of baby money to come up on them any little way I can. I don't give a shit if I can pull a 5% on them. 5 or 10% money's on them. It don't matter. Anything I can take up off the casino, I'm willing to take. Anything I'm going to take, because that's what they think about us, they're going to take. So shit, man, I'll tell you what. But yeah, those rolls though, the hard table, man, I have a bouncy table, man. That hard table stuff is sick. I mean, it's sick. And I understand why Dominaire and those guys, they like that what's that throw right there, that one right there. I mean, it just shuts them down. You see how it just shuts them down? It just shuts them down. They just shut down. There's not all this, it doesn't do all that bumping and grinding and all that stuff. This thing's shut down. It's real nice. Real nice. If you really are able to have your control tight. I know the hard table's the way to go. I mean, they know what they're doing. That's why they've changed that. That's certainly why they've changed that. They went to that bouncy fabric and all that kind of stuff, for sure. But if you have a hard table and you're able to take advantage of that, take full advantage of that. But what you need to do to really get nasty at that hard table is get that soft action going. Practice on the soft. You need to somehow work in that soft in there. Don't just practice on the hard table. Practice on the soft. Then go to that hard table. Then you'll be like, whoa. I'm telling you. It's big league. It's big league. It really is. I'm. They have one table around here the main one I go to that's like half an hour away. It's the closest one, rather. They have a hard table there, but they rarely open that bitch. I love when they open it, because you can hear the smack. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, nice. It's like, just has like a layer. There's like no padding underneath. Just like the felt layer across, like some kind of thick kind of felt. You know what I mean? Across it. It's not, it's not bouncy at all. It absorbs that, the dice, when you throw the 45-degree angle. Yes, Matt. Or hey. Yes, the hard table is definitely easier. I didn't, I was sitting there, I've been throwing this whole time on, soft table bouncy, because that's our local casino, and you got to learn what you're doing with that, man. You got to learn your way. That's why I throw that super grip. That's why I do that. That super grip will bring you in there where you need to be. You'll throw that super grip, I throw the 45-degree angle, but, I use like an airplane. When I launch it, it's like an airplane, like that. And also land like that. You land up by the wall, and it keeps the crash down. It's just what you want. Just what the doctor ordered. Whether it be in the corner, whether it be straight down. And sorry I'm not rolling in this one, guys. This one I just, man, I'm rolling, I don't have my focus together to be putting it together, man. And, whatever with that shit right now, man. I do a lot of rolling, man. I mean, what do you expect, I do a lot of rolling. I mean, I do a lot of videoing, I wish I could have caught those other times I was banging them today, though, man. Like that last one was so tough. I just sit there in awe sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I come out the zone because I'm in awe. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, is that me throwing this shit? You know what I mean? I'm like, what? It is me. You know what I mean? Because it keeps on happening. That's why I come unglued sometimes, guys. I don't do that intentionally or ain't that stuff or whatever. I'm actually not trying to. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like calm down. You know what I mean? Because I feel silly when I watch myself on the playback, but I gotta put it out there because I know some people will be like, well, shit, man, that's some hard shit. You know what I mean? I mean, because it is, other than the fact that I'm kind of losing it a little bit. That's because I'm in a zone. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. You tell me if you can get used to throwing like 4 10s in a row, or 4 4s in a row, or 5 numbers in a row. I mean, you don't. I don't know. I haven't got used to that. I haven't got used to that where I'm like. Although the past 4 weeks, it seems like I've been throwing that shit pretty hard though, actually. But I'm not. You know what I mean? I guess you get used to it, but I'm saying I still come unglued. You know what I mean? I come unglued because I can't help myself. I can't help it when I got a fucking pile of money racked on one number and I've only hit 2 numbers. And I'm on a throwing series and I'm pounding that one number. I'm thinking, damn, man, that's exactly what you want to fucking do right there. Excuse my mouth. That's what you want to do as a roller. As a shooter, that's what you want to do. I know some people might be upset about that. You know what I mean? They might be at the casino and like, oh, I got all this money on these other numbers. That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? Dice control isn't saying, hey, I'm going to hit this number, I'm going to hit this number. Yeah, if you're in a zone. If you're in a zone and you've been hitting those numbers, you just know. Like, I know how I am. So I can be in a zone, I can see when I'm hitting a number. And I'm like, oh, shit, well, it looks like I'm going to probably hit that number again here soon. Let me let that money ride out. You got to know that. Because that's when you can milk that last little bit. You know what I mean? You can milk that. You can milk yourself that last little bit. It's a little more aggressive. It's a little more dangerous. But that's when you can milk yourself and really get those monies out there. I'm just putting it out there, man. Putting it out there. It's a luxury to be able to throw numbers back to back. Or throw 3 in a row. Or throw 4 in a row. Or throw 5 in a row. Or throw 3 in a row. Throw another something off and then come back to like getting back into that number. Whatever it might be. You see what I'm saying? The whole thing is you're staying on numbers, like certain numbers. There's so many times I'll roll and I'll only be on like 3 numbers. No junk or nothing. I'll just be on 3 numbers working it. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm really on 3 numbers working these bitches. They're going to notice that. But not everyone does that. But you can do that. It's achievable. It's achievable. I'm no one special. I just work hard. That's all we have to do is work hard, and you can do that. Focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths. Work on your weaknesses. Fill in those holes, man. Fill them in. Put the chips out there if you know that your dice move all around and you really don't have the control to keep those dice where you need to be. For instance, here's what I mean right here. If you know you don't have the control, you have to be honest with yourself. I got this knee brace on myself on me here. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to know this, right? You got to know. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. How you rolling? Okay? Be honest. You have to be honest with yourself here. It's the honesty game. It's the honesty game here, guys. Now you see I don't use the chips a lot anymore. There's a reason. And we can stack those to the ceiling if we need to. We're not going to. But you got to be honest with yourself. Play the honesty game. If you know full well you can't keep your dice in the same spot every time, you need to be keeping those chips out there. Or if you know that you can't keep your dice from splaying around, whatever, like keeping them in the same, like working around, like precision shooting. If you know you can't precision shoot yet, and I'm not knocking anyone, I didn't start off like that. My dice flew around. They still fly around depending on the throw. The whole point is if you know that's a weakness, if you know that you're going to be at the casino at a time when there's other people at the casino, a lot of the time you're going to have chips down there. So you probably need to practice with the chips. You see what I mean? Practice with the chips. Don't run away from the chips. Easiest way to get around the chips is with a super grip. We all know about the super grip. That's the way I get around them. Whether you're throwing down into the corner to the left, little popper off there, right off the edge, That was supposed to be a corner roll, by the way. It's supposed to be a corner throw. The whole point is, you know, if you know you can't keep away from those chips, I'll move the dice around. You know, you need to do this. We'll go even the, because we know that more people do the Premier grip. We'll use this Premier grip. We'll work it around there. Try to stay away from everything here. Y'all know why these videos don't get more, the one video, it's nice. It hit Google's algorithm or whatever. Shit, that bitch, it's like 2 weeks or 3 weeks now. It's at 5,000, something like that. I think, truthfully, a couple of other videos should be going like that, but Google shuts us down, man. Some bitches. You see how I'm moving those things around? 6, that'd be a point right there, guys. 4 deuce. That's what I mean. See how quickly it comes back to the 6? You see what I'm saying? 5-1, 2-1, 4-2. It just, you know, and we're working them around. We're working them around the thing. Working them around the thing there. You know, if you know this is your weakness, you see how I'm moving them all around there? That'd be a come out 7. 6-1. 6-1. It was easy to see what happened on those. It was easy to see how I 6-1 on those. That was in between points. What happened was they landed and they opened. They came open. They opened up. That's what you want to do, though. You know, you need to be able to throw anywhere. I mean, right down the. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I mean, it's good to know how to move your dice around. That was short. Funny one. It happens, though. My soft throw came out. My soft throw came out on that one. That was a soft roll on that one. So move the dice around, though. So I'm just throwing a couple real quick, just showing you, you know, move the dice around. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know, some like, well, you don't have the chips. Like, man, I don't mean, dude, whatever, man. I've already showed you. You know, it doesn't matter what the chips are me. You know what I mean? I've already showed you with that stuff. It doesn't matter. You know, if that's your weakness, you should be working at. So if you know you can't precision shoot, work that. I'm just saying, work that. It doesn't matter what, you know, what grip. You know, I was just throwing with that one there, you know. Whether it's a super grip, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, learn to control the dice to hit where you want so you can avoid, you know, if there might be some chips in the way. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the times you're going to have chips in the way. And that's just a big deal to be able to, you know, because we had someone say the other day, well, why don't you put chips out there? It's like, you got to look at a lot of our older videos, man. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I'm in there when there's not going to be anyone down there anyway. You know what I mean? And I can get around these chips no problem. I'm not even concerned with that. So anyway, though, been on here pretty long. I was just trying to jack my jaws about that hard table situation and how it's important to, you know your role, know your zone, know your limit. Always pull your money down. Always be willing to walk away. Even if it's, you know, 2 rips. It doesn't have to be 3, 5, whatever. You know, it can be a small amount. The whole point is walk away. Walk away with the money. You know, don't do like the masses. You know, and hang in there and, you know, well, I better go to the old ATM. You know, that kind of thing. I just love that roll, man. Oh my God. Did you see that? I mean, that's why I like that thing. That's exactly why I like it, because see, I threw that thing, stack grip, and I had it staggered. I threw it, you know, boom, like that. They spun off each other and they stayed tight in the air. They landed. They hit the wall because they landed like this, you know, and they're spinning like that. Yeah, I remember they landed. They're spinning like this. They hit the wall. They stayed down like that. The same thing. They stayed on the same thing. Like boom, they just stayed just like that. That's why I like that roll. You know, you just have to learn the correct dice set to keep, you know, that little bit of scatter that you're going to have. You don't want to have it too tall. You don't want to throw it too tall. You want to keep it, you know, kind of low, kind of low. Keep it kind of low. Keep it kind of low. And you see how it smacks and it just stops. It just shuts down. It just totally shuts down. Now when I do more videos with this throw, with the soft table, you'll see again how it's not going to shut down. It doesn't shut down. It's a much more difficult roll. Much more difficult roll. You see how close they're landing together? Like that? I mean, it's I'm telling you. If you have a hard table, guys, that's your roll. And that's what you're going to want to take out of this live stream. That's what you're going to want to take out of this live stream, is the fact that that is one nasty roll you want to learn. I'm telling you. It is a very nasty roll. Okay, we caught one little chip on that one. It's not bad. You notice how the landing, though? I'm not landing over here for the most part. It's more over here. You want to land that throw over here. I don't know what it is about it, but it's like if you are throwing over to the right, it's like you're getting your arm around too much. You're getting around too much. You see what I mean? You don't want to go around all that much like that. You want to be, you know, kind of like out there, like you're releasing out there, and they kind of curve in a little bit. They break off, kind of curve. Roll off. So I'm just throwing. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing. My thumb actually hurts right now, so just showing you, you know, the hard table. You know how the little landings. See how it shuts down? The thing just shuts down. It doesn't do all that action. It does not do all that action. So if you have a hard table, if you have hard tables in your area, go ahead and get to the soft, build you a little soft little situation. Start working that one. See how it shuts down? It shuts down and stays right on the platform right there. It's crazy. That thing's only maybe 2 foot away from the wall. You know, so you know it's landing hard in there. See, so it's a low. See how it's a low. I hope you guys were able to see that. That's why I was throwing just a couple there. I wasn't even paying attention to anything I'm rolling. I'm not setting them or anything. You know, just rolling them. Just rolling. I don't want to get frustrated on live stream here because I'm trying to focus more on, you know, talking to make sure I get everything out before I get off. I don't want to have to, you know, can't be going too long, you know. See, that was a short one. That was a little short one. That's the way you want to throw that roll, though, guys. I'm telling you, practice that roll. Here's the other one. The video's coming out like this. Again, that release, you want to make sure you release over into the kind of like the corner a little bit, and they should, you know, kind of curve in for you real good. See, and they kind of come back like that. So that's why I like that roll, though. That's why I like that roll. You can see how they're shutting down. They just shut down. You know what I mean? A little bit of action, but you notice how it's boom and it's spinning. That's what you want. That is what you want, man. I'm just rolling so you can see the action on the dice here on this one. You see that action on the dice? It like hits. It's like weird. It like hits, but that roll, it hits, and it like gets underneath the spikes. That's what's good about it, I guess. That's what I'm noticing just throwing here. That's the thing. Why you don't want to always take numbers. There's going to be times you don't want to take numbers because you might miss out on. I got to take this damn knee brace off, man. My knee can't breathe. Freaking thing. Hey man, got out the car today. Oh no, you know I drive for a living, so part time, but oh damn. Oh shit. Anyway, that was insane. Oh yeah, with that throw though, it gets underneath the spikes. That's what I like about it. Damn it. That was a bad roll. Let me get this again. Hey, appreciate everyone being here. Sorry I didn't chat and answer any questions or anything right now. Now that was a wild one right there. I don't know what to say about that one. That was a bad roll. That was a bad roll. I got that one too tall. You see how I had the action? They were doing the tumbling over thing. It wasn't staying flat and spinning. We'll see if we can slow the arm, bring the arm speed down. That was an excited arm throw. We got to slow and calm the arm down. There it is. That was better. That was better. That was better. See, they bounced. They did have the bounce, but they were still spinning like they bounced like that up off the spikes and came down. Just like that. Just like we want. But if you get it in there, you'll be able to go underneath those spikes. And it won't matter anyway, though. You know what I mean? I mean, the 7's going to happen. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. And sometimes you just got to roll and not take your 7. You know what I mean? Not take the, you know, the thing. Just roll. You know, like that. You see that one? That was what I'm saying. It hit, it smacked, and they kind of scudded in there. They're like smacked. And because of that action, see, I never actually noticed this. This is good. It's coming out. I noticed how that one, it hit, and because, you know, it's coming in with the, you know, the force in, you know, it's coming in, boom, it's smacking like that. It's actually smacking, and because of that spin, it seems like it's giving it a slide. So it's like sliding down, hitting the bottom of the wall, and coming back. I never noticed that till now. I think that's something right there. I'm going to be working at it. See, I didn't notice that. Because I'm normally taking numbers, and I'm trying to throw numbers and stuff. That's why you don't always want to throw numbers. Set up in your dice set, whatever, just to go through your thing. You know, like I'm just setting it up like this before I throw it. That kind of thing. But I'm really trying to see how the dice are reacting off the hard table. See how that does? It knocks them down, and they're just, you know what I mean? The one stayed down, the other one jumped up about 3 or 4 spikes high. That was it. There's a little bit too much heat on it. A little bit of heat, you know? Because you'll notice they'll bounce. But when they bounce, they're bouncing like this, but they're spinning. That's the thing. They're not tumbling. You know, when you do it right, they're staying flat, and they're like spinning like that. That's a good one I like right there. Hit the front of it. I like the way this one popped off right there. That was a good one. That was a good one. And you'll notice what your good ones are. You know what I mean? You will. That's why I said, man, I'm in search for the hard tables around the country because, oh, man, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Jeez. See where those damn dice bounce off at? Jeez, man. So, hey, that's that throw right there, and it's a goodie. It's a goodie, guys. It's a goodie. I'm going to be dropping right after we get off here on this live stream. Let me see. Oh, hey, see you, Charlie. Sorry, didn't holler at you. Rasta. Let's see here what we got here. Hey, Cobra. Later, Cobra. Hey, well, that's good, though. You guys are chatting amongst each other. This is positive. You know, sorry I haven't really been hollering, but hey, remember, Sunday we'll probably want to go because the missus is working, and I tend to normally go on Sundays. I'm not going 7 hours. I'm hoping to keep myself for an hour, maybe. We'll see, though. Man, I'm supposed to only go 20 minutes. I'm an hour and a half right now. So, but yeah, so that's that throw, though, guys. That's all I really wanted to, you know, get into the hard table thing that, you know, how if you have access to a hard table, take advantage of it. Definitely take advantage of it. Ah, Kush, game's getting better. Good. See you, Charlie. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. Hey, remember, we're going to be dropping another video that's silly. Oh, Atlantic City? Man, tell you what. That's where Dominator got kicked out of, Atlantic City. Yep. Him and Scobletti. Because they hit him for, what'd they hit him for, $25,000 or something on the craps table or something stupid? I mean, which it's like, okay, that's not like millions, but it's like, dude, what the, you know what I mean? I don't know. That they just hate on us though over the craps table. They really hate on us. They don't like seeing the dice being controlled and all that. Once you go over there and spend your money on that punk ass bubble craps baloney, give me a break, man. What is this? Yes, Kush. Yes, it's Warrior Reports. You only have a couple things up there, but I'm going to be putting some things up there. What I'm wanting to do with that one is I'm really wanting to do a lot more like short little live streams, like 15-minute, half an hour kind of thing, like with like little news report stuff that definitely is not mainstream. You know what I mean? And try not to be biased, although I know I'm biased, but you know what I mean? Because I'm a, you know, I love liberty. I love my freedom. I love my Second Amendment rights. You know what I mean? I love freedom of speech. So, you know, I am biased for those things or whatever. But yeah, it's called Warrior Reports. Warrior Reports. Warrior Reports, YouTube. Warrior, like WARRIOR Reports. Or Warrior Report 1 and 2. I got my mic set up and everything, but I don't have enough subscribers where, like, I have enough subscribers on YouTube where I can turn on my phone and I can hit, you know, go live. With that account, I don't have enough subscribers yet to be able to go live like that, so I have to use software. It's called OBS Studio, Open Broadcasting Studio, I think is what it's called. It's pretty slick. You know what I mean? You can do all kind of neat stuff, like some really professional stuff with it. So I'll be using that software. I got a neat little mic I'm going to use as well. Let's see here. Good. Appreciate it, Kush. Appreciate it. WARRIOR, Warrior Reports. You know, it's going to be some stuff on there. You know, lately I've been really hitting on the, my study is a lot of times I'm lazy. Like, I have a lot of stuff in my head I want to get out. It's craziness between shooting videos for craps and stuff like that. But this AI thing is tremendous. This AI thing, you know, I've been talking about the cryptocurrencies and stuff. What is the longest roll you have done in casino? 40? I think like 40. It's 40. Nothing super long. You know what I mean? Nothing super long. Nope. Nothing super long. But you know, I don't concentrate on that now. You know, not at all. I don't even want to be in there longer than 50. I don't even want to show them I can roll 20s. You know what I mean? I'm really looking. My whole game is about efficiency. I want to make, as soon as I put money on the line, the first time I get the dice, I might not, you know, put money on the line. I might slowly ease myself in, you know, in there, just to, because a lot of times, as soon as I get the dice, I'm just, muscle memory kicks in anyway. You know what I mean? From over and over throwing, and I can make my money then. But I don't fully trust myself for 100% of the time, because I know that, you know, there's times I just, you know, I'm like, you know what I mean? I might be 7-ing out for a couple because I need to, you know, get my correct dice set for however I'm throwing for the day. You know, you got to understand that, you know, your hand's not going to be the same every day. That kind of thing. Yeah, 40. But I'm looking to bang them out within like 10 to 15. You know what I mean? My average is like 18 to 20. Legit. So there's no reason for me to do anything outside of 10, really. I mean, my whole like when I show you on, you know, the videos and stuff, or like my next one, I think I throw like 11 or 12. That's it. And I know some people might be like, damn, man, keep on rolling. But, you know, whatever, man. You know, nah. I just, you know what I mean? It's just, nah, because I got to like train myself. You know, I got to train myself to cut the shit. So that way, you know, I can ease back at the casino and then just, you know, realize the money and get the hell out of there, especially locally. So I don't want to slip into a zone. Because I'll easily slip into a zone and then I'll rip off 30. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that. You know, because I'll be able to keep doing that. You know what I mean? Like 20s and 30s. Especially once I know their table. You know what I mean? And I have the correct dice set on them. You know, it's not going to be good. And they're going to notice me ripping numbers, the same numbers each time. See what I mean? I have too distinctive of a roll. You know, and it makes me nervous. You know, because I do throw those numbers in a row. You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen once in a while. It happens all the time now. That's the way I roll. You know what I mean? I throw those numbers in a row. It's crazy. So when I'm rolling now, like in my practice sessions, I'll use like red, white, and blue chips for the USA. You know what I mean? I might be using blue chips. You see me a lot of times using these blue chips. And if I throw it back to back, like one after that same number, I'll put a white chip. If I get to 3 in a row, I'll go to the green. If I get to the 4, I'll go to the, or I'm sorry, if I get to 3, I'll go to red. So 1, 2, 3 in a row, boom, like that. But if I'm just rolling regular, it's just, it comes back, like it's not back to back, I'll stick with the same color kind of thing. You know what I mean? But if it isn't, if it's like I'm rolling numbers like back to back to back, then I'll do like that, and that feels good when you do that right there. This feels good. 1, 2, because you made money right there. If you roll your point, you roll your bar. All right, look, here you go. Here's your point. 5. You roll a 5. Okay. All you need to do, say you roll 8. Say if you roll 2 8s, right? That's all you need. That's all you need for the beginner. I mean, if you can roll, back to back any number back to back, that's good. That's good. That's how it used to happen. I'm just kind of going through how it happened to me, guys, because you can go back and look at my older videos. Just saying it's because I know this will help somebody, because I didn't have anyone to help me at first, you know what I mean, when it was frustrating. No one to ask questions to or nothing like that. There was no bone thrower or nothing like that out at the time. He came, down the line, but there wasn't a bone thrower or anyone like that, and you couldn't really get on there and ask Dominator, and again, I'm not knocking him, but, you got to go and pay for his program to some of these other folks that are online. And I got nothing. I have nothing but love for the Dominator, so let's just get that straight. I know some people that are with us, that are subscribers, don't care for him, things like that, but myself, I got a lot of respect for him because he came way before me, and he paved the way for dudes like me. You know what I mean? So, but if you can do that right there, throw back-to-back numbers, it's okay to feel good about that. Because you'll notice, you'll throw those numbers, like throw that, you'll go to other numbers, you'll throw that, you know what I mean? It's good to be able to do that, because at first you're only going to want 3 hits anyway. So if you're not working your come-out roll, if you work a double, like say if you throw a 6, you got a 6 come-out, right? You're at 6, then you roll, you're like, whatever. Oh, shit, back-to-back. Whoops, my fault. Street Craps roller. Silly. Whatever. Okay, so you just did a back-to-back. So you won your pass line and you won your place bet, all right? So, like, all right, come out, roll, whatever. You're like, oh, okay, I got 10 hard. You know what I mean? Whatever. Well, you're 7 out. You're fucked up. Anyway, it's a bad roll. Anyway, that's why I roll the dice, man. I'm not one of those dudes where I'm like, all right. Bad example. Here's the whole point, though. The whole point is you roll a point, 6. You roll another, like 8. You roll another 8. You're good to go with that double 8. You can pull your money, is what I'm telling you. For the beginner, you can pull your money right there. That's going to be good, you know what I mean? Because that's going to help your confidence. You know what I mean? You can do that till the cows come home. Because most people, when you first start off, you're not going to be able to throw back-to-back numbers. You're going to be throwing, like, spread. It's going to be, hopefully you'll stay away from the junk, for one thing, as a beginner. Hopefully you'll be able to stay away from the junk. See what I mean? The horn bet stuff, the 2, 3, yo, and 12. That's the crapper stuff I'm talking about. That's the high edge shit. But you can make money on that. But at first you want to focus on that. Don't get caught up in that. Stick to the basics. Learn your roll. Get a couple rolls. Like get a couple different ways to throw the dice. Don't put yourself in a box to where you're only throwing, just one grip. The grip that everyone uses, the premier grip. Everyone starts off with. Don't just pigeonhole yourself into that, because I did do that. And I think that it held me back a little bit. But at first, you're going to throw spread numbers. You're going to spread them out. You're going to point a 4, 5, 9, junk, number, so you got to learn your role. At first, it's going to start off kind of awkward. That's how it was for me. But then you're going to hit those dubs. You hit those dubs, keep doing the same thing. But you can take your money then, though. You can pull your money on the dub. That's what I call betting doubles. I have videos where it's called betting doubles. Once you hit a double on your number, it doesn't have to be back-to-back. It can be, I throw a 5, throw a 6, 8, 9, then throw a 5 again. That's a double right there. I don't suggest that for the beginner. That's a little more advanced, because you might have to get into throwing 3 to 5 rolls to finally hit to hit your number a second time. You see what I mean? Depending on how far you're along in your your training, your career, your dice control. You know, that's why I get excited about Cadillac points. Because once you understand and you can throw those back-to-back points, it's, you know, I mean, you seen the video. I threw like 4 points and 10 rolls. I mean, that's the shit. That right there is devastating. The casino can't touch you. You're throwing 10 rolls too fast. You see what I mean? You're throwing it so fast. You can throw 10 rolls by yourself at the casino. I think my average is what? I think it's like 3 a minute, or like 3 point something a minute. You know what I mean? So I can get out 10 rolls in like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 minutes. You know, depending, you know, if it's like me by myself and maybe another guy or gal, whatever, on there betting, that kind of thing. You know, I get them pretty quick. It happens pretty fast. You know, because they're shoving those dice back to you. So that's not a long time to make money. And once it happens, that's why you don't want to re-show yourself over and over. Because you can make it, that's what I call craps hacking. Because you're not staying there showing them your game. You see what I mean? You're not staying there showing them your game. You're literally hacking the game of craps. You're maximizing, you're maximizing within 10 rolls of making the kind of money that most people would make off long rolls. You see what I'm saying? That's what that is. So you want to maximize and learn how to hit those numbers over and over and hit and bang your 3 numbers like Bone Thrower showed us within 10. Within 10. And you got it when you can do that. I assure you got it. I don't know if he just said F it or what, you know? I mean, shoot. That's a good question. Ice City. Well, hey, not as much as I want to, I'll tell you that much. Hey, you better believe it. You better believe it, Matador. I'm telling you, Matador, he knows what he's talking about. He really knows. He knows how to bet and everything. Knows how to shoot from around the table and bet. He's dangerous. I'm telling you, when you know how to shoot at your house, and then you start seeing at the casino when you're shooting, because you'll see. Because it's not going to matter. You know what I mean? Like my table, only thing that's different is, I don't have the girls and the sounds of the casino going on. But it's all, the table has the same feel. You know what I mean? Once you have that feel like, wow, this feels like you're home. If you have that ability, that's a great thing. I mean, that's they don't want dudes like us getting comfortable on their tables with money on the line. That's never good. You know what I mean? That means we're going to be blowing them out within 10 rolls, and then we're out. It's just too fast. I know I keep hitting this dead horse in the head, but I'm telling you, if you can bang them within 10, like I see Matador in his video, he was hitting them numbers too. I think he was hitting the triples. They might not have been in a row. He hit a couple of those, a double, went off the number, then came back, then hit the trip that way. But that's where you want to be within 10. I'm just telling you. That's where you want to be. Remember I told you that. That's where you want to be. Try to simplify your game to the short game. Bone Thrower showed us the short game's where it's at. And to some people on the internet, this shit sounds silly. Won't you leave your money? Why would I leave my money up? I'm not greedy. All I need is 3 hits. All I need is 3 hits on the same damn number. Even at $10 pressing it. Shit, let alone starting off at the corner pressing it up. Because you already know what it is if I start at 10 and press it. You know what I mean? Hit the triple on it. Let alone if I start a quarter and triple. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with you guys at the house. It's the same. You know what I mean? We just apply what we're training ourselves to do at home at the casino. You know. But these cats on the internet, they think that, some big highfalutin betting system, scheme, whatever, that's not where it's at. It's not where it's at. You're using too much brain power. Use more of your brain power on controlling the dice. Use more of your brain power on controlling the dice. Focusing on what you're doing with the dice. Even if you're not controlling them yet. Focus on what you're doing with the dice. Everything will fall into your hands. You see what I'm saying? Really focus. And that's how I throw those numbers, man. It's not luck. At first I was like, oh, it might be luck. But it's not. Because it keeps happening over and over. And that's just the way I throw. And that's a lovely thing. But again, back to the central point. Hit the horse in the head again. Do not keep showing them that you're able to do that. And the thing is, you're not going to sit there and be like, I can't sit here and say, well, I'm going to roll it. I'm going to throw like 4 8s in a row or 3 8s in a row or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying I can do that. But what happens is, when I'm focusing on what I'm doing with the dice, it's a tongue twister. When I'm focusing on what I'm doing with the dice, concentrating on that, I go into a zone, and it's like so repetitive that you're doing it over and over. Then all of a sudden your training takes over. It's kind of like the entryway. Like you're just walking in the door. You're at the casino. You train and train and you train and you train. You're throwing a throw that you train for hours and hours, just so many hours. It's ridiculous. Thousands and thousands and thousands, tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of rolls. So by focusing on what you're doing with the dice is going to automatically put you where you want to be. That's all you really want to do. And you want to have your betting situation, whatever simple betting that you're going to do, whatever it might be. I don't think you want to have this. I'm always knocking on. I don't think you want a real big scatterbrain, like all this big highfalutin, got to be a mathematician type thing. That's not going to work. It might work with some folks. With me, I'm a controller. I'm a dice hacker, a craps hacker. I'm into hacking this game. I'm into banging them within 10 rolls. That's what I mean about craps hacking. You don't have to, we're eliminating long rolls. I guess that's what we're doing here. We're eliminating long rolls. That's what we're doing. We have eliminated the long roll process, the need for the long roll, and crushing it out, to you, showing you in the videos. There's no more need for a long roll. Why? Because you're concentrating on throwing the dice. You know how to throw the dice. You know to press your money on the numbers that you're hitting. You can trust yourself because you know your average. And so what if you take an L sometimes here and there? Hell, that's going to happen. Look at the overall. Look at the overall when you walk away. And if you're even feeling shaky that day, you're feeling shaky or that day or at the time, maybe you were feeling good at the house, you get to the casino, all of a sudden things go downhill. You don't have to let it ride for 3. You can do 1 and done. You can do 2 and done. That's okay. And you can build from that. You know what I mean? Take those little babies and run. Take those babies and run because, see, that's going to build your bankroll. That's also going to build your confidence. No one's going to be sitting there at the casino patting you in the back. You know what I mean? For taking the casino's money. That's going to have to be you. Not necessarily patting yourself on the back, but realizing what you're doing. Like, oh, okay, so, all right, I'm rolling crappy. I'm making good decisions. See, it's not just rolling the dice. See, and that's why I'm not with the big super betting scheme and all that. It's just a real simple bone thrower, dangerous arm kind of thing. Betting doubles or betting those triples. Hitting 3 of the number and out or 2 of the number and out. The new person, you can spread. If you hit a 5, you can press that between the 5 and the 9. This is the early dice controller, okay? Because you're not able to bang those numbers yet. That's okay. It's not a bad thing. You're at least in there. Say you roll a 4. Press the 4, split the 4, press between the 4 and the 10. You see what I mean? Do the same with the 6 and 8. You can do that. You know what I mean? Do that 3 times. That's still going to build your money up. Pull your money down. 2 or 3 of those. That's all you need. You get a little better, then you'll start banging them numbers. Move into betting doubles. I'm just showing you easy ways to bet, so it's not a lot of brain power. You know what I mean? Because your brain power is going to go into controlling these dice and think about, okay, stay in the right spot at the same time. This is all stuff that's going to be there anyway. Okay, I'm staying in the right spot. Got the dice, squeezing the fingers. Everything's tight. All right, release. You know what I'm saying? Breathing. All this kind of stuff. Not shooting too tall. Not shooting too low. Not shooting too hard. All that's going to be there. You see what I mean? All that's going to be within the mix. So now when I'm rolling, what I'm thinking, I told you this before, to roll numbers, squeezing the dice the same way every time. Every single time. I want to hold those dice the same way every time and land them the same way every time. Squeezing and landing. There it is out. There's another one, guys. Squeezing and landing. The same every time. That's how you're gonna hit those numbers. Wait till you see the video. It's exciting, man. I had to be honest. I can admit it here. I mean, I get embarrassed sometimes, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I get embarrassed. Some of my activity on the video, when I'm rolling hot, it's embarrassing because I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go off or nothing like that. Draw attention. It's just like, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff on the internet where it's whack. It's not on real dice control, and the shit's blown up. So it's kind of embedded in me. Blow it up, damn it! Blow it up! Come on! And I know Google's dicking around. Because I seen one video. It was like, you guys hit it real nice. It was nice. Appreciate the views on that. Had a lot of thumbs up, but Google was holding it down. For instance, I'll watch these videos sometimes. I'm just saying things that I noticed. There's other people out there that need this information, guys. That's why it's a concern of mine. You know what I mean? There's no way that we should have a hot video going out and only 30% of our subscribers are getting it. When we know full well that all of our subscribers will get it. It should actually like reach into Google's algorithm and start racking into the thousands. Or at least get into the thousands. You know what I mean? Or into 1,000 or so relatively quick. But Google will shut it down. I'll see videos that are running hard, man. They'll be running hard, and all of a sudden it shuts down for 4 hours. I'm like, you're right, dude. You're right. It's not no fucking for no 4 hours. Now look at the back. I got the analytics. I can look in the back and see what's going on live. Then the live thing will say something different. You see? So it might say like 180 views, but then in the back it's saying like 250 views. So I'm like, see, that's bullshit. So that makes a difference when people are looking at 1, 2 for the Google algorithm. So just saying how, they're messing with stuff, man. And we're just trying to get this word out to as many people as we possibly can. Because when we first came out, we were all about, just destroying people, saying dice control isn't real. We don't really have anyone saying that too much now. So we moved into the next gear. The next leg is just helping as many people out as we can. We're not for free. We're not, I certainly don't claim to be a teacher. I'm not at all. I'm ecstatic, the fact that we're pushing 900 subscribers. It's really amazing. Because I really came on here originally just to, to prove that dice control is real. Because no one was putting out any new books or anything. And I'm sitting there reading old books and all that kind of stuff. And that's no fun. You know what I mean? Reading old books. Come on, what is that? There wasn't no new stuff. So then, Bone Thrower comes, and that's exciting. But wow, this dude's moving the dice all around. Just crazy shit, man. Just crazy with it. So, but it is real. It does go on. You're going to 7 out. That's part of the game. But what really matters to me is the efficiency in your role and walking away with money of theirs, a winner. Continuously adding to your stack. Now, I'm talking about even if you got to take very low wins. Some people might say, well, I'm not going to take that $50. Shit. I'm going to take that $50 I just made in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to take that $50 I made in 2 minutes. Because ain't no one's going to come out here. No one's going to come out here and hire me for $50 an hour. An hour. Let alone the $50 I just made in a couple minutes. See what I mean? So we have to really, that's that greed thing. That's where we have to really put this into perspective. With these monies that are being made on craps. It's a fast game. It's a fast game of making money. It's very fast. We have to really know that when we're going to make these monies, because notice I said when we're going to make them, we have to have another plan. Because we know we're building our bankroll. We know we want to take care of our family long term and things. We know we want to move monies from the casino. For instance, you take a $100 bankroll, you build it up to $5,000. Go ahead and take your $2,000, or $1,500, whatever you want to do. Keep it for your bankroll. You're not going to be losing all that much. You're doing low buy-ins. Give me a break. Take your $1,500, cut off $35. Get into some other investments. You know what I mean? Some solid stocks, maybe. And I'm not pushing the stock market. I'm just saying, solid stocks that will furthermore kick out more money to you. That if shit collapses, full well that the globalists aren't allowing that shit to collapse. Like the oil game. You're not going to go wrong with the oil game. Now, I do have ethics about some things that I do, like to invest in. I'm not into, I won't invest into, punk-ass GMO bullshit, stuff like that. Or, this AI thing's got me nervous. I really don't want to contribute to AI taking all the jobs and stuff like that. machine learning and all this shit. Some might think I'm crazy. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Look it up. Look it up. Like I said, by 2030, the machines are going to be like 10,000 times our brain capacity, or you know what, our intelligence is what it said. The headliner was 10,000 times our intelligence. So you tell me. So I'm trying to get at these monies right now, real fast, because you can't go anywhere else. You know, we can work these regular jobs and things like that. You know, but we need to be working this craps on the side, and hopefully craps is leaking into your life, where you're making more money. You're like, oh, you're starting to kind of think like, man, I need to maybe take this a little more serious here. You know what I mean? Because I'm making more money here than I am my job. But I kind of need this job because I'm feeling like it's a little more stable money for me right now. You see what I mean? Because these are real thoughts that one might have. You know what I mean? Not everyone's just going to want to stick to just the weekend player. You know, some are going to want to go on to be really great at this game. You know, and, you know, go around like Bone Thrower and just using him as a great example and beat him up in the dark. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Yeah, Bitcoin, man, whatever with that Bitcoin bullshit. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I read charts. Like I know I do technical analysis, so a lot of the news doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care what the news says. I don't care. I mean, I care because the news drives stocks. I mean, you know, let's just get that straight. We understand that, right? I'm not, you know, I understand that, but I actually read charts. Like you can look it up right now. Like type in stocks technical analysis, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about doing. You know, I know how to read all these little indicators and all that kind of stuff. I know how to read, you know, like the pits and the valleys, the ups and downs and all that stuff. I know how to read that kind of thing, that weird shit. Didn't go to school for it, just kind of taught myself. But I actually taught a couple buddies of mine many years ago, back in 2000. I do it. One buddy went on, he's doing really well, man. He's living in a $500,000 house right now. But anyhow, though, the technical analysis on Bitcoin looks terrible, guys. It looks bad. I'm just telling you, it looks bad. It looks bad. Now, if you're in there before now, that's one thing. But there's no bottom right now in Bitcoin. There's no bottom. You know what I mean? Like, that bitch can drop thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars overnight. Like, immediately, faster than you can blink. I've seen stocks do this before. You know, they won't have like a platform. You know, they won't, we call it a base. Like Bitcoin's base, they don't have a base at 16,000. I don't even think their base is at 10,000 when I was last looking. You know what I mean? I think it's like really, really low, their base, meaning that's where people have accumulated the stock, so much stock at that level, or, you know, whatever you're buying, gold stock, you know, so whatever it might be, okay? That means at that price, people are buying. You'll normally see how a stock it'll like be level, like they'll be, you know, kind of goes up a little bit and kind of like level, you know what I mean? Kind of level. Overall is low, have its peaks and stuff, but it has a certain point where like you could draw a line right there. That's what I'm talking about, a base. And it's sustained over several months, could be several years, a year or two, whatever, that kind of thing. Bitcoin doesn't have that. Nowhere near the levels it's at right now. So what I'm saying is people are getting sucked into with all this advertisement to buying in right now. And it looks great because it's jumping off the roof and all that. But if you look at the stock price, technical, like when you look at it, dude, it's like just going straight up. Well, let me tell you something, what they call, you know, that's called what like a mountain. That means a mountain's forming, right? But there's nothing underneath the mountain. That's what I'm telling you. A stock can literally fall all the way back to where that point was where it had a base. I just told you something right there, guys. So those that just left, sorry you left. You just missed out. Hopefully you'll come back and check this part out, because that right there is huge. You just made money just now from what I just told you. You just made money right there. Don't run the stocks when everyone's running into them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trust me. $30? Is that what you're saying, Peter G? Because I think I was looking at, and the base was right around 50 or something like that. Is that what you're saying? Oh, 50 cents. Well, I don't know if it was that low. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to just jump into that kind of thing. I mean, my buddy told me, you know, now, we don't get into colors and things like that here, but I'm just going to talk black and white so you understand where I'm coming from. I helped a gentleman who was a part of a bike gang, okay, when I was working at a gym. And some bad things happened, I guess. I don't know what I heard. So I heard some bad stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I knew this dude was real. Okay? This dude's like 6'7", 360. Had a heart attack. Helped him out. I told the story about how he's the one that helped me on my stock game. He schooled me real well. He told me, he said, hey, when there's blood in the street, that's where you want to be. Remember, I've talked about BP because it's such a good example. I didn't capitalize on BP. Only because I was pissed about what happened at the time. I won't go into it, but I was pissed like shit that, that spill and all that crap. And, then they made up the fake synthetic bullshit that they put out in the water. Synthetic organisms out there mutating and all this crap. You have to look it up anyway. But I looked at that stock. I'm like, wow, man. Wow. Here's an opportunity of a life. Just like the opportunity of a life. And I'm not saying that you look for opportunities to capitalize on people's misfortunes. I'm just saying, like when 9/11 happened, we all were affected by 9/11. We're all affected. But you could have bought U.S. Air for like $6 a share when it was like at 30 or something like that. You know what I mean? You could have got for like 20%, of its regular value, a fifth. I mean, that shit went back up. You know what I mean? Once the emotion cleared, the tide came back up very fast. You know what I mean? It jumped into 12. You doubled your money really quick. It jumped to 12 pretty quick. And then it, came back up on up from there. But it's just little things like that, man. You got to look for blood in the street. In Bitcoin, there's no blood right now. Oh, there's going to be, though. Oh, there's going to be. There's a lot of people getting sucked into it right now. There's a lot of people getting sucked into it. I know some people might not be feeling that. They might not be feeling that. But, I've been looking into other stuff, and I'll be coming to you with what I'm thinking. I'm not going to really go into it right now because I'm, well over my due for this, and I'm supposed to go on for like half an hour, and I'm 2 hours now. But, it's all money making, because I'm nervous for one thing about this cryptocurrency. I'm not saying that it's not, there's not legit things out there. Like, you have to watch that Health Ranger on the front of our YouTube channel. Health Ranger, check that Bitcoin thing out, and he mentions a couple places that are good to do other than Bitcoin, and there are places he mentions how there are places that steal Bitcoins. So I mean, it's just a whole big shit, man. I looked at the chart last night. I said, oh my gosh, man, they're getting ready to rape people. It's called the pump and dump. They're setting up the pump and dump right now. They're setting up the pump and dump. Okay. It's almost like a huge Ponzi scheme. It's almost like a huge Ponzi scheme. So, but if you have Bitcoin, I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating at all. I mean, hell, I hope it keeps rolling, but I'm just saying there's nothing underneath it. I mean, it looks like a balloon when I look at the chart. That bitch is just flying up and away. Well, hell. Well, you think balloons just keep flying and flying, do you? We know about that. Stocks don't do that. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a stock take off and it just keeps going up to the sky. They're going to have to come down and resettle once emotion calms down, because people are emotional. So the shit's getting driven up right now. Plus the globalists are probably driving it up. Because I think that personally, that the cryptocurrency eventually will be the mark of the beast, guys. I hate to say it. It's going to be tied into the chip that they're wanting to plant in everyone. Sorry, but I got to do it. Got to put it out there. That's why you want to come over to Warrior Reports, because I'll get into all that. I'll get into all that kind of stuff, and I'll have stuff up there that's going to be, I do current politics, that kind of thing. Then I have some, articles up there where it's going to be stuff that you're not going to hear about in the mainstream news, about how doctors are literally in hospitals are, the medical industry is killing more people than guns are. But they want to sit there and say these big bad guns are killing people, and I'm not, trying to downplay all the murders that are going, especially the black on black crimes. And believe me, I know that more that it isn't the numbers. They got it wrong when they deceived my own people, talking about black people, talking about Black Lives Matter, and that cops are killing, all these black men and all that stuff. You look at the statistics, that's bullshit. But anyway, so the point was black and white. The man was white to help me to know about blood in the street, and I don't really think that he was really cool with too many black folks. You see what I'm saying? Helped him out though. See, 'cause I wasn't seeing color. Whatever, man. And I've been hated on, but shit. You know what I mean? Just trying to look at the next man like another man. You know what I mean? Whatever. So then he helped me out and he let me know about blood in the street. So when you see blood in the street, like some of these stocks, they've been knocked way back. You got to start knowing your stuff a little bit. You got to start doing your homework a little bit. Start doing your homework. Read into how much debt they have. Know how much debt the company has. Know how much cash they're sitting on. You know what I mean? What kind of credit lines do they have? You see what I mean? What kind of credit do they have as far as their grade? You see what I mean? Are they top grade? Are they, I can't give you the levels with the, I know they label them on the stock market where you're, they're like, oh, they got downgraded to such and such credit because, their debt is going to be a little bit higher this month, or their sales projections are going to drop by 3%. So, blah, 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 So you're going to want to know the backstory without getting too deep in the woods. But if you can learn technical analysis and learn to read a chart, that is where it's at. That is where it's at. Because you'll read a chart and you'll notice, here's another big story. Here's another big one. Not big story, but just real super fast. So black and white, the dude told me he wasn't hip to brothers, is what I'm telling you. He wasn't hip to too many brothers in his lifetime. But he schooled me and said, hey, you as a black man, I'm telling you right now, when there's blood in the street, that's where you want to be, in the stock market. So I'm just telling you guys, okay? But you want to learn to read the stock charts, because here's the other tidbit. Remember this. Remember this and follow this. This is real deal. No one told me this as well. It's something I had to learn from late hours doing research on this stuff. Big money always is going to keep making money. Keep that in mind. Big money will always keep making money. They're always going to keep making money because they run the game. You understand? So now you understand what I'm talking about the oil game. Oh yes. Oh yes. Marathon. I can't stand BP. I mean, I didn't like the Marathon oil spill, and I think it was in Alaska. You know what I mean? I'm not proud of those kind of things. You know what I mean? These companies aren't perfect, but at least they're not, from what I understand, they're not chopping up babies. I'm not contributing money to something that's like chopping up babies and doing dumb shit, crazy shit like that I'm totally against. You see what I'm saying? So, and these are companies that can pay you a dividend where you can have it re-roll into stock or kick off cash, every quarterly. You get enough cash in there, enough money in there, that's going to be a nice little residual income for you. You following what I'm talking about? Oh, there we go. We done let the cat out the bag. There it is, the residual income. Not even talking about craps. Imagine that. Wow. You see how that works? It's all relative. It's all relative. Craps gives us a means to make monies very fast, because we can't go anywhere and make the monies that we can make in craps. You see what I mean? I'm talking about making $200 to $500 on a consistent basis, 5 to 10 minutes on a regular basis. You just can't go anywhere and make those kind of monies. And some people are like, well, why don't you, whatever, high roll, how much do you want to get noticed? I don't want noticed. I mean, shit, if you're going in a casino banging them, say if you're working 4 times a week, you have enough casinos where you can bang them 4 times a week. You're racking 2 to 5 every time. We'll just go 2 to 4, right? Low scale. You're bringing in 8 a week, 800 a week. We'll just give you 1,000 a week. You're still bringing in 50 racks, 48,000 a year. Isn't that 48,000? Yeah, 40. I mean, you're making a lot of damn money, man. And that's a lot of money for the time you're putting in. Now remember, we're only talking about each time you're making that money, you're putting in 5 to 10 minutes. So let's add that time up, which I've never done with you guys before. Because this is the way I think about it. This is why I'm all about that short roll and the short game. I don't want a casino fatigue. Anytime I fatigue, you see the 617 ounce I've shown you tonight? That's the fatigue. That's why we don't want the fatigue. Screw the fatigue. We don't throw fatigue because we're not going to be able to. Our brain, our supercomputer isn't going to be doing like we want to really do. And even if, we have some really good muscle memory, which we know we all do, it's still a lot to ask of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because your brain's already kind of slipping. You're already, instead of firing on all cylinders, you're well rested. You got some vittles in you. You know what I mean? You got good nutrients running through your body. You're well hydrated. You're all that. So you have your health there, as far as your food. Because you want to have that. Because you're going to be thinking. And you're going to have to be thinking quickly. You see what I mean? You're going to have to be thinking quickly. Even though you're going to be doing something that you already have down, you can do in the back, in your sleep. You're still going to be using your brain. So you want to have everything ready. Just like a well-trained fighter. We're going into battle. You know what I mean? We're not going into battle with no vittles here. We're not starving. You know what I mean? We're not rationing out. We got some food. Let's eat the food. Let's get the rest. Let's get plenty of fluid in us. Let's make sure our money's right. Let's make sure we go in with a correct game plan. See what I mean? There's a lot to it, but that's why we want to do it over and over and over. So it becomes second nature. Everything becomes second nature. Everything becomes second nature. And it's just lovely to rack them for 200 to 300, 4 times a week, working, let's max it 10 minutes a day. 40 minutes a week. So you're looking at 160 minutes a month. So we're talking about less than 4 hours a month. So you're talking about, 48 hours or something like that? And you're making 48,000. So there you go right there. It looks like 1,000 an hour. So you see why I'm all about the little shit. See, now for those at home that might watch this and go, oh, man, I just want to be on the big shit. Think about the money you're making, how fast you're making. Don't overlook that 100, 200, 300 real fast. These jobs aren't going to pay you, no 100 an hour. They're going to want you to go to school, and take it all up the backside and everything else. Excuse my mouth, but you know what I mean? They want to bend you over, hubba you. You know what I mean? And then you're in for 100,000 plus, just to hope that you can get a job that you can make X an hour. You see what I mean? And if you get on salary, then now you gotta add all the time in that you're putting in. Now they really got you by the balls. See this? We can put in a little quick time and boom, boom. I don't know anywhere I can go make that money, guys. That's why I'm hooked. I don't know anywhere I can go. And I can, bang, 2 to 500 in 5 minutes. It's really 5 to 7 minutes. You know what I mean? And when you do that, it hurts the casino because they don't want to see that. And it's just best to get out of there, color up and maybe walk out, come back later on when there's another crew there, like if you're at your home base or whatever. I mean, I'm just, giving you ideas. You know what I mean? Just get the hell out of there with the money. You know what I mean? Get the monies. You know what I mean? Get the monies. I mean, you can come back and exchange it. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. Just saying, sometimes I walk away because I'm just like, oh shit, I just banged them out. I just walk out. You know what I mean? That way I'm not seen in the casino or anything. I'm just like, get to the car and I know I can come back later on, whatever. It's okay. You know what I mean? I have plenty of chips for the next time I come on in. Whatever. The short, fast game. Hit and run. Hit and run, guys. They won't be expecting it. And most people, they want to sit there and rely on over 10 rolls and all that. We're not relying on that. You know what I mean? We want to rely on making our money within 10 rolls. We're rely making our money within 10 rolls. Trust me, do little games like that and stuff like that, like with yourself at the house. Say, hey, I'm only going to roll 12 rolls. I gotta make my money in 8 rolls. You know what I mean? I gotta make my money in 8 rolls. I'm gonna leave the pass line up for 12 or whatever. Just little stuff to just kind of like ping yourself to make it difficult, to put pressure on yourself, so that way once the pressure's on, you've already put pressure on yourself with no one on your back like, hey, do this, you're doing it. You see what I mean? Because ain't no one's gonna be sitting there pushing you. I don't have anyone sitting there pushing me. I don't. You know what I mean? I just got a knack to just, want to take it to the casinos, man. You know what I mean? It's just something about me. I just want to, really just take it to them and keep taking it to them for years and years to come. Very low key though, but I'm nervous with the AI bullshit coming in. You know what I mean? I'm real nervous because AI could, start to, I seen a commercial the other day and they're like, yeah, AI is helping do this and that. I'm like, oh shit. That's not good. Artificial intelligence, it's going to be self-learning for the most part. You know what I mean? Because that's why it's, why they're using it, to help them pick up on other, on things that we are unable to pick up on, like the little minutia that can help them to make more money, what have you, etc., etc. So I can only imagine these cameras, you know what I mean? Eventually, you know what I mean? Because they're running programs. You know what I mean? They're running software. Now, it's easy as 1, 2, 3 right there. Hell, they're already running software. You know what I mean? Just run the AI programs. Are you kidding me? AI can sit there and take all the access from all the casinos linked for the information. Like we had one viewer say, yeah, they use facial recognition and they use third-party, the casino told them this, that they do use third-party people. So you can imagine they're paying millions of dollars to third-party, people studying these films. That's a lot of bucks to be studying these videos. So eventually, they're going to start eliminating people and use software, because they already use software that, picks up certain triggers. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like back in the day, I know when I was a kid, like at least 30 years ago, like you could get red flag from just when we were just using the old school Bell system, old school Ohio Bell system, when it was just them, running the hard line. You wouldn't want to say certain words because it would, your phone would get flagged. You get a red flag, whatever, so they would know to, watch you, that kind of thing. And it's some old shit, but you can imagine now, you know what I mean? You can imagine now what they have. Hey, Lost. Hey, Smokey. Yeah, we've been on here a minute. We're getting ready to roll out, finishing out with this AI thing. With, I think that what they'll use, which will be self-learning. So the more you're in the casino, like for instance, if they said that whoever, like say you have a third-party company, and you have 10 casinos using that third-party company. That third-party company is going to have access to all that information. So the AI, that third-party company uses AI technology to scour through all the shit. It's going to be self-learning for all. Immediately, as soon as it goes online, it will know all the information that's allowed to the third party to be analyzed. So immediately, like that, it's going to know the shit. So you can kind of see why the short game, I'm just putting it out there. We're not doing anything wrong, man. That's what's BS. We're not doing anything wrong. Hell, we should be able to go in and hit them for 5,000. You know what I mean? On a regular basis. Well, okay. All right. Maybe not 5,000. Well, shit, why not? What the hell? But these little local casinos, man, they can't hang. They can't hang with that. They can't hang with you beating them up and, maybe taking 50 up out of them or 100,000. Working minimum, working maybe 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month, banging that kind of money. Man, there's no college going to pay you that kind of money. So we have to be relative in our understanding of what kind of money we're making. how fast we're making it, and come out of the zone, come out of the adrenaline, come out of the adrenaline. Tell them turn it off. No more of that. Hey, I'll let it roll one more. Maybe you go the other way, have a paradigm shift. Instead of the times when I let it roll one more and I 7 out, I'll now say, hey, I'll have that little guy say, hey, let it roll one more. Let it roll one more. Devil's telling you, let it roll one more. Greed, he's telling you, let it roll one more. Go ahead, keep your money up there. No. Turn it off. Turn it off, man. And think like that, you know what I mean? And that way we'll move closer to 9 out of 10 times. It's much easier that way. You'll build your confidence. I assure you, your confidence gets built. It's huge. And again, when you're rolling at the house, you don't have to, like you can do your little puck, but you don't have to do chips. But you can literally like roll and just, say you just roll. You're like, I roll, I got a 9. Stay away from the 7 for 3 rolls. That's your money. That's all that matters. I know I keep saying the same thing, but I'm just telling you. Because this is one of the hardest rules to get right here. People cannot walk away because they're like, dude, I just got the dice. No, man, I'm not pulling my money because I just rolled 3 and I'm not pulling it down. When we actually should. This is how, I'm telling you how to beat the game of craps. I know you guys know, but a lot of people will get a chance to see this. Probably at least a couple hundred. And we want everyone, should get more than that, but whatever. Hell, we're almost at 900 subs now, subscribers now. That's the key to how to win this game. You can be the baddest ass roller. You can bang all those numbers like you'll see another one that's, blow it up. I don't even know how to name it. It's going to be craps hacking, blow it up. Whatever. I know Google's going to hate, but hopefully it gets out there. It gets pushed out there. So either way, you guys will see it. And that's what's positive. We just want to get everybody, in our crew here. We've got almost 900. We want at least everybody here to be able to see it. Not here. Well, we didn't know that you had a live stream. I don't like hearing that, man, because we're going to constantly keep putting stuff out, and sometimes I know, like I put videos out so quick that, it's like, well, I got to stay up with the, because I follow or I'm subscribed to 2 other channels, and I like to keep up with what they're doing daily, and it's tough to go back sometimes. It's like you gotta have the time when they're like putting stuff out on a regular basis, like boom, 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 2 or 3 videos in one day, and you're trying to keep up with them. You maybe not have the time that day or the next day to watch all of them, so then you're backed up. Well, they're still putting out videos. Well, I'm still putting out videos. See what I mean? That kind of thing. So, I think we get mixed up there. Some people kind of miss some things, some good vital information that they should have. So, we're going to reiterate pulling your money down. When you make a dice adjustment, like the craps gold, I say, I'm telling you, my best is like 68, and the worst thing I could have done when I started was think the game is about long rolls. I don't know what it is. It's like, I think that's like the thing about craps. What brings people into craps is, that adrenaline, and when you're on a long roll, and you're like, oh yeah, because it feels good, and yeah, I love that. Don't get me wrong. But that's not where you're going to make your money for the most part. That's going to be a small percentage of the time that you're going to make your money on that. So we need to capitalize and maximize when we will make our money for the most part, which is, on the shorter rolls. So if it's going to be on the shorter rolls, and my average is 18 to 20, I'm still within the 10 range, and that's what I'm showing you in the videos. That's where I practice, because that's what I do. That's where it's at. I've never heard anyone talk about that, but it's a big deal to me. Roll efficiency, because it keeps you. I'm talking real. This is the stuff that's going to help people to stay low key and to keep your money making longer. You'll be able to, fly under the radar, because you're going to make your money fast, and you're going to be maximized within that, but you're not going to hang around and keep pounding them. You know what I mean? In that same session. Not saying that you might not come back the next day or whatever, And I'm really not into banging the same casino like over and over like that. I like to let a little space, in between them because they're building data on each time you go in, and they're not stupid. You know what I mean? I can't stand when I go in. I always see the same people. You know, they get new people, but then you see the same people. And, you know, you're like, hey, what, you got a card? No, not yet. Blah blah. And they're kind of low key trying to push you into getting a damn card. You know what I mean? And they never like when you turn your bets off or especially pull your money down. So, you know, at your local casino where they're used to seeing you roll 20s and, you know, low 30s, that kind of thing, high teens on a regular basis, bang numbers. And it's like, like I remember I went one time. And I was hitting sixes and eights so crazy. It was just, dude, it was like just banging sixes and eights, man. You know, back and forth. Wasn't hitting up my sixes and eights. I was using a 3V. And it was some sickest rolling, man. Oh, my God. Oh, man. You know, that's one thing. But if you keep doing it and doing it, I'm telling you, they're going to notice you. So you got to spread yourself around. Short game. Get in and out. It's okay to throw long rolls, but I'm just speaking to those that you know that your game is super tight. You know it's tight. You've got past the point, you've matured where it doesn't matter if you throw a 40 or 50 in a casino. That feels good, and you know it's good to experience that in a casino. Don't get me wrong. But your local casino, you know, or casinos, that maybe you have. See, I live in an area where there's just a few around. You got to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, and there's like, you know, one immediate round. I can't just bang that one up. You know, I kind of beat him up a little bit, you know. At first, you know, just I didn't, know, and I'm like just trying to throw high numbers, and I'm like, oh, yeah, 30, 28, yeah, 30, low 30, you know what I mean? And here they are building that on me. So now I get messed with when I go there. See, but if I would have known to hold that shit down and just bang those low numbers under 10s, you know what I mean, and just kind of like, okay, 15, then kind of, just roll out whatever, you know what I mean? Not try to keep going, you know what I mean? Meaning I let off my focus, so I'm going to probably 7 out soon, you know what I mean? Because I will do that. And, some people are like, screw that, but everyone, you do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do. I'm mid-40s. I want to keep rolling and be able to travel the country and not get noticed and be able to do this and make as much money as I want to do. Then, if I want to do it, go in and put like 3,000 across. You know what I mean? And just bang the shit out of them for like 5 real quick. You know what I mean? And, make several thousand in about 3 minutes and then just peel out. You know what I mean? But you don't want to do that all the time. But sometimes you might want to. Here and there. Not your local casino, though. They're not going to like that. They're going to notice that. They're certainly going to want their money back. Bump the card crap. So what if you hit your point, then do you put it back up? Shit, I'll leave my money like a point. I'll just be rolling. I'll just, minimum bet on the pass line or whatever. You know what I mean? Like if I throw like a horn, you know what I mean? Like I'll bet a horn. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like, whatever. Because I don't think that'll, you know what I mean? You're not going to get detected as much as if you're like, because with us here, we're always talking about 64 across, whether it's inside or 64 all the way. I prefer 64 all the way across because I hit a lot of 4s and 10s. And sometimes I'll bounce from 4 and 10, or I'll just stay on the 5. Or, so I just cover the whole shit. I just want to cover the whole numbers. But they'll notice your signature because as you're rolling at your house, you'll develop a signature roll that is how you roll. Because you're no longer a random roll, so you're no longer just, when you're rolling the dice, it's hitting everywhere. You know what I mean? Like 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. No, you're like 4, 5, 5, 8, 4, 4, 10, 9, 10. You know what I mean? It's like staying right in those tight ranges. You know what I mean? They're not stupid at the casino. I'm telling you, they're not stupid. You got to remember, they're used to seeing shitty rolls. And when you're used to seeing something one way, like really shitty, you're going to notice when something's smacking you in the face. Like, whoa, that person just did that last time. Okay, I paid them off, da-da-da. And if you stay on the table and you do it again, they're really going to know. You know what I mean? Because you'll get away with it the first time. But they're going to be like, oh, shit, hold on a second. Because they're going to know it's not luck. You know what I mean? Because they're going to put 1 and 2 together like, wow, they're hitting the same spot every single damn time, man. The dice are barely, like they're just dying at the wall. You know what I mean? They're not even smacking the wall. They're just barely clipping the wall and dying. You know what I mean? It's just, the release is the same every time. Has this person been practicing hours and hours and hours? They had to make. 'Cause I've heard people at the casino say, "Oh, you must be practicing for hours to be throwing like that." Guy was throwing from the end. He's on a nice little roll, and he's like, "No, no, I used to play baseball, softball, bam, bam, bam." They're like, "You're right. You didn't get no damn throw like that from playing on baseball, softball." And see, you just pick up little conversations. You'll pick them up. You'll know. So they're not. We got to really get outside of our own box at times to understand our surroundings. So that way, and that's craps hacking. It's just being really self-aware. Of your role and your surroundings. But you gotta remember, you're at a casino. They do not want you to win. And there shouldn't be no problem with you winning. But for some reason, they don't want us to win. They don't like for us to control the dice. They want to start shutting us down, when we're banging, especially if we sit around the table and just stay there all day and we keep banging them. Then you have, like one of our viewers said that they shut them down and would only let them bet so much across, because it was not only them making money off their roll, it was other people coming in making money. Now, you get a high roller in there, someone who's got some cash, and they know you're a shooter, most time they're going to be throwing it in there on you. You know what I mean? They're going to certainly want to capitalize, because they can put big money down and don't have to be in there. They can bankroll, expose their bankroll for a short amount of time. That's a good thing, and I'm into that. I'm into building the bankroll up and exposing, more of your bankroll for shorter amounts of time. Because I think that way plays in, our favor. What I mean? We're already controlling the dice. We already know we're going to have X amount of hits. You might as well expose the bankroll for a short amount of time. Short. So if you're exposing your bankroll, you're exposing a good little bit. You know what I mean? So, you want to shut that shit down. Only have the door cracked. Don't open the door wide up. Crack the door for a minute. Close that bitch down. You know what I mean? So if you got the bankroll, you can get up on the numbers, hit them for one or two, actually one. And you can have a correct amount of money to have profit. You can have enough money to have profit and money to go back on the numbers, and then just go, well, you know what? I'm going to try to go ahead and hit a 50. Let me just go ahead, but I'm starting off at minimum bet. So screw you, casino, and I'm going to press my shit up and up and up, because I'm using your shit, and I'm going to press it up, and I'm already sitting on 200 profit. So it doesn't matter. It's all good. You know what I mean? Take all the pressure off of you. Now you can fall into the zone that you want to. Because, pressure will keep you out of the zone. Pressure, if it gets to people, and it does get to people, it'll, the sweats and all that kind of stuff. You've heard me talk about the shakes, early on, that kind of thing. Similar to bringing down a big pot, nice pot like 600, 900, 1,000, 1,200 in a poker, and you're putting the chips together and your fingers are shaking. It's similar kind of stuff. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. You know what I mean? You can't, it's just the way it is. Your adrenaline, dumps is what it is. Pull it down, then hit your number. When you put it back up, oh, shoot, I was reading it. Oops. Yeah, it is a good feeling. Is a 5-2 set the best one? Like a 7 set? All 7? Like that 5-4-2-3? The best. It all depends. It all depends, because you want to know your throw, meaning each day your throw is different. So let's say if I got on here and I'm gonna use all 7. I know I'm going to go so far with it, but I really haven't analyzed my throw, because I haven't thrown for hours. So I don't know how my arm is, how I'm warmed up, or anything. That's why I'll use that hard way set at first, just to find out which way the 7's rolling, because it's easier for me when the dice are set up on the hard way to roll, and when I get a 7 out, if I'm going to be doing a double pitch 7. Because if it's a double pitch 7, then, well, now I can, work accordingly. Then I might want to use an all 7 or a half 7. You see what I mean? Because if I'm throwing tight, meaning if I'm throwing tight, that means I'm going to be throwing a lot of hard ways, or like 5-4-9s. If I'm setting the dice up in a hard way set, 54-54, I'll probably be throwing a lot of 5-4-8s, hard 10s, hard fours, all the hard ways, fives, eights, nines, like that. But see, those dice are barely moving, meaning I'm throwing tight, is what I call throwing tight. Now, if I'm using an all seven and I'm throwing tight, I don't want to use an all seven and I'm throwing tight, because if I'm throwing tight, that means the dice are not moving too far away from the original dice set that I'm setting them on. So if I'm using a 7 and I'm throwing tight, I'm going to 7 out a little more. So I normally will go to the 7 if I'm really getting them to break away from each other. But if I'm throwing tight, no, just sometimes it'll, my fingers just set it up and they'll just keep throwing that way, and they throw tight and it'll make me 7 out because I won't be too far away from the 7, when the dice aren't breaking apart like I want them to. So, and then that's when I'll go with a set like that. Or if I, double pitch, find out I'm throwing tight, I double pitch, I'll go with a 5-4-3-5. You got to work with the, within that 7 family, there's a lot of work to be done in there. There's a lot of money you can make working in there. It doesn't always have to be the all 7 set. Don't limit yourself by just maybe thinking what's the best die set or whatever, because I've said this before. I know some people would like me to be not so vague. But what's the best roll and the best die set is what's working for me that day. That's the best. It is. I'm trying to narrow it down a little tighter than that, but it's like these rolls I've been showing you lately for hardtable, those are, I think, best rolls for hardtable. Like that right there, and then you land them and they're spinning, or that top stack, like that. I think those are the best rolls for hard tables. Now, depending on how you roll, you would have to figure out what's going to be the best dice set for you personally. But those rolls are excellent killers for hard tables. I can give you that. But for me, my actual best, it's hard saying. I had to learn to not fall in love or be in love with just one set or one set or multiple sets or one way of throwing the dice. All that matters to me is, am I able to dial into whatever is going to be best for my hand today? And I'm trying to get to a point where I can really explain that, but that's why I use the Craps Gold, because no matter what way I'm throwing, the stack grip is a little bit harder to determine the dice set. I will admit that. It's a little bit hard to determine the dice set, but what I have figured out on that one is I go with a 2-4, like this for that stack grip, like a 7 on the side. Here. I'm sorry, 2-4, like this here. This is what I figured out on the stack grip. And pretty much, when I 7 out, it'll be like a 4-3-7. Or disconnected. I don't know what the hell happened. You guys still there? Disconnected. I don't know what the hell happened there. Now, when that happens, what I'll do, I might just flip it over like that. See, so now I have a 3-1, 2-4. So instead of that double, watch when it spins around. See how I have 4-5 now instead of that 6-1. That's where I'm at on it. So this is our original set. Now when I 6-1, like I was saying, this would spin around. So when that happens, of course, I move them up like that. Because my dice aren't coming forward like that. They're going like this. So I'm going to get more of a 5, 9, 9, 5, like this. See, that would normally be the 7 out from the spin. Like that. So now if I was going to get a 7 out with the 4-3, like that, well, I threw it like this. That means my top dice is dropping down like that. And these are, landing on the top like that. So the way I work with that one is, let me see here. I might just go all hard like that, or I'll just bring it down. I'll just bring it on down. See, so if it's like that, if it's already coming down, I'll just go ahead and bring it down like that, and then I'll just use this set like that. So I have the 7s on the side, 12s on the top. You know, because not a lot of times it'll double. Now here's the other one. Here's the tricky one. Here's a tricky one. You get the one that drops down, so you'll 7, and you'll also get this crazy stuff where it'll do like this. So now you got both of them going. You got both of them going. See that? You're like, oh man, that sucks. So what I would do for that, your original dice set you're starting with, 2, 6, 12, 8. Bam, bam, like that. So now I've done a double adjustment to the dice, and I'm really positive this is going to work. Because if we get a spin around, we're going to hit a 3 right there on that one. If it drops down on us like it was doing before, remember that 3, it was like this. Hold on here. Shit, my hands are all greasy and stuff. Damn it, some bitches. Alright. So remember that 3 was dropping down. What top dice was dropping down on us, so it was giving us a 7 out. You know, drops down, 7 out. So we corrected that. We just moved it on down. Like that anyway. See? So we're going to eliminate that. Then we're going to move this one up to avoid that spin around 7. Like that. See, so now you have a full adjustment. You're fully adjusted. So you're adjusted from the top coming down. So if the top comes down, because you're throwing consecutive, you know, you're a regular, you roll consistently. So these, you'll notice these redundancies. If your dice are spinning, they'll spin. If they're falling down, they'll fall down. It's just the way it works, guys. So if it falls down, you got a 10. On the other side, if it spins around, you got a 3. So that's really where I'm at, guys. And that's where you really, I feel like you want to be at. It's a little bit of work to get there on top of the dice control, but it's well worth it to understand how you roll and how to correctly adjust your dice. Because when you adjust your dice like that, then you roll, all you're looking for is a mere baby 3 rolls. A mere baby 3. A mere baby 3 on adjustment. That's your money. You can leave it on longer, but I'm just telling you, a real low scale, leave it on for 3. We don't, when we make adjustments to the dice, we're not looking to go on long rolls. Not at all. We can go on a 5 roll. We don't care. We don't care if it's 5, then we 7. We don't care because we rolled our point. Say if you didn't work your point, you got 1. Stay away from the junk, you get 3. You know, you're going to have 4 in there. Stay away from the junk, you've already got 1. You roll 3 numbers. You're out. 3 within that right there, you're out. That's all you want. Just super simple, no greed. Trying to get greedy. When you get greedy is when you start getting outside your boundaries. You know, like you're trying to hit, you know, like you'll see the bone thrower, you'll see me stacking them up on that single number and getting like 3 on there and then pulling it down. Maybe you're not at that level yet. You see what I'm saying? That's an advanced technique. That's why I'm like, you don't have to be a mathematician and all this old bullshit, whatever that. You know what I mean? Just simple betting. But hardcore craps dice control hacking. And I mean hacking. Craps hacking. You know, because that's where your focus wants to be in. You know, good, strong 90% on your roll. That way your roll is strong, because it's not easy to do this. You get that down, then have your solid, you know, bets. At first, you know, like I showed you the beginner bets, 3 and out. 3 and get them out. Get them off the money. Get the monies down. You know what I mean? Because your average is probably only like 6 to 8 anyway, so you don't really need to be in there. But maybe 20% of the time. You see that? So you want to maximize for whatever your average is. If your average is 8, you need to maximize probably within 5 or 6. My average is 18 to 20, so I try to maximize within 10. And then sometimes I'll just leave it all on, no matter how much I do. Like press it for 4 or 5, it don't matter. I'll leave that shit all the way up there on 10, just for 10. You know, just because I'm using what I call SRR betting, my 7 to rolls ratio betting. You know, I'm relying on my average that I've got in stone thousands and thousands of times, you know what I mean, to get that average. Thousands of rolls to get that average by paper. So I can trust it, and computer program. so I can trust it. So I know I can leave my money there. And it's not always going to work. I'm going to 7 out quick at times, but that's why I use the Craps Gold, so I can give myself the best chance I can. Roll without the money, find out how I'm rolling, make adjustments, then I'll roll like that for the dough. So I'm really eliminating, any possible errors that could go on there that could come up and bite me in the rear end. Well, looks like we done reached almost 3 hours again, guys. Jeez, I gotta feed these dogs. It's late. Appreciate you guys being on here. Remember, Sunday we're gonna come back on. I still gotta release that video. It's after 3 here. I've got to release that video. Appreciate you guys coming. Hope I was able to let her rip. I didn't, holler at you guys like I wanted to. I don't have my computer set up there. Thank you. Appreciate that, Peter. I know. It's funny when I say 30 minutes, whatever. Hey, I will get it down to 30, damn it. Darn it. I will. You know what I mean? I will. I have to put it out there because I have to, I'm going through it. I've got it down, pull my money down at the casino, no problems. But getting off on a live stream is difficult because I keep going. I fall on some other stuff. I stumble and bumble, and I'm like, hey, check this out. Here's this and that. So, but I got to let the kids out. Friday, this is going to be a good video for you for Friday. I'm going to drop this one. Then I'm going to try to put together a slow motion package for that roll I was just showing you in that past video. That one where I'm flipping them out like that. So you can see that one as well. Just because it's really good to, see how I'm throwing it, see how I'm setting up, and how far my arm comes off, the apron or whatever you want to call it, the felt, whatever. Where I'm releasing it, that kind of thing. And because I'll watch it over and over. Just keep going, just be on the video and just go psh, psh, back like 10 seconds to watch that release. Just to watch release. I think that's good. I did that with Dominaires when he had his one from ages ago, whatever, where he's on the table and he's throwing it, and then they show the one dice perfectly hitting the table. You know what I mean? The one perfect roll. Whatever, man. It's all good. I ain't hating on anybody. Just, it's the real shit when you put it on raw. He showed you 2 7s out. It's all good. He said I ain't rolling no more, though. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Well, because I'm just not going to waste my time with that, man. Not that I'm saying I'm wasting my time with you guys. Just, I know how my roll. I know that it's burnt right now. See, I ride a fine line of being burnt out and not being burnt out. I do ride that fine line of being burnt out and not burnt out. That's why when I come out and I get on the table, a lot of times I'll just, end up rolling some shit. Then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just walk away and be done with that. I won't try to keep pounding it, because I'll just kind of start burning out, because once I shoot a long one or, decent one, like 25, 30s, that kind of thing, it's like, I'm not spent, but I'm just like, well, all right, well, I done did the thing. Fuck, there's nothing for me to prove. All I want to do is just keep doing that anytime I walk up to the table. So I'm not going to stay at the table and keep trying to beat a dead horse, right there. I'm going to try to save it, come back later on, bang it out. But guys, blow it up. We're going to be dropping it. Hey, good night, Peter. See you soon. Hour and a half? Okay. Yeah. Well, accumulative, like if you really got your roll down, it's like I said, I'm still at, still at the 2-3 hour range. It's not at one time though, but I will put in like an hour at a time, when I'm working on something, I'm really working on a new throw or something. I'll put an hour in, and those are the days where I'll put in those 3+ hours, just to get them in, because I'm trying to, trying to dial it in, find the correct range. Oh, nice. You still shoot. Appreciate that. It's always good. You got the sweet table. We're waiting to see the videos come out now. We're waiting to see them. I know you're going to be putting them out, Rasta. Hey, guys. Go in here and check out the wife. Go get the kiddos. Let them out. I'm going to drop this video. I was going to put a small edit on it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drop it. And and hopefully you guys like it. We're playing. Oh yeah, you definitely have to break it up. Definitely break it up. Let allow your brain to absorb, what you're doing. And I like doing that because sometimes I'll do that and I'll have one roll just so dialed in. I know it's dialed in because I'll do like several sessions a day. Like when I'm home, I'll throw a session and watch TV, whatever I'll do, whatever, and then I'll come back out and throw another session and kind of do the same thing and leave, come back, throw another session, and I'll get on where whatever throw I'm throwing on it's hot. Like I might be using the super grip and it's hot, so then I'll go, well shit, let me go ahead and since that one's hot, let me for this whole session just go ahead and just throw my just my little sneak attack for the casino where I set them up and boom, set them up and boom, set them up and boom, where it doesn't look like anything. And I work on something else because I'm throwing so much through the day and I already have my super grip or whatever dialed in. I just make sure that stays dialed in. I'm just real funny like that. Whatever I get dialed in for the day, I keep it dialed in. So I stay ready, every day with something dialed in. What I mean? I try to stay ready with that, and then I'll stick to that. And at the same time I'm sticking to that for that day, I'll make sure that I'll work something else just to keep something else going. I always try to keep things moving. It's a tall order when you're talking about working with, several grips. But this hard table gets me down to a very short few grips. The stack grip, that front grip, I was showing you like that. The stack grip, where I flip them like that. The front stack grip, the premier grip, on the hard table. I'm saying for hard table, I probably wouldn't have came up with all those different ways to throw the dice if I wasn't throwing on a soft table. But it's just multiple ways you have to get at them. Also, the super grip works well on the hard table as well. Make sure you fly it in there. You'll just have to make sure you get your correct distance from the wall, because all the distances I give are normally for my table or tables around here that are a bouncy table. So just keep that in mind. Most time, I haven't really given too many out for this little hard surface thing, but insert. So I've just been working with it, but I like it, but I'm not going to get used to it. I'll be going back to pulling it out of there because, I don't want to get used to it. Tables around here aren't like that. But it's good to pull it out and, know that if there's going to be hard tables around, that it's going to be a bad day for them. I assure you that. You know what I mean? 'Cause it can be a bad day for me, but it doesn't matter. It's just not going to matter anymore. You know what I mean? I'm so used to throwing on the shit where these dudes, every little bounce is just, look, they're all over. They run every old way. They go front, back, side to side. I mean, they're all over the place, just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. So you can imagine from 9 feet. I mean, you really got to keep those suckers tight in your hand and throw them the same way every single time. I'm hoping my dice will be here soon. We're going to have some fresh videos in. I'm excited about that because then we'll be able to get into the dice biting, really biting into the, the felt like they do, which is good, but it's not going to matter when I'm throwing those stack grips. See, that takes all that away, because I think they try to do that to go against you as well. Because, if you can dull those edges down, it's going to help you out, depending. With this roll, it won't matter. It doesn't matter because when you land them, you know what I'm saying? They're landing, that's flat. It's, you're not on edges. Now, when you throw the premier grip, a lot of times you're going to throw it and you'll land on an edge, so it'll bite. Over the rolling, they'll bite. But these rolls I'm showing you, they're not going to bite. So it doesn't matter. That's why I'm showing you. I was like, I'm not going to put any more videos out. And I was like, well, screw it. These rolls aren't, where the dice will need to bite. You see what I'm saying? Like if I was to throw like my regular grip like that, then, I wouldn't want to do that. Because I don't want to get used to them landing and they're not going to have that new bite like you really want. For us at home, every month, once a month. You know what I'm saying? At the casino, they change them, from what I understand, like every shift or whatever. So, but us at home, probably every month will be good to go. That kind of thing. So that's why, I haven't been throwing that one, and my hand's been hurting. But we'll get the new ones, and then we'll break them in real good with the stack grip, and we'll also use the grip where we're throwing the super grip like this into the corner where we're making them land and pop on each other, because I want to figure out how long I can roll, and like really like when I'm on, how long will it take to like get those things to start cutting those edges down, because they don't have anyone doing that at the casinos. You know, I see them look at them all tight and all that shit when they land on the ground. You know, like boom, they land on the thing, the felt, and then they bounce off and they land on the ground, which it's not concrete. You know what I mean? It's still carpet, so it's not like you're throwing them, and they're like smacking each other, like I'm talking about, which is certainly going to break them down. Certainly going to break them down. And if you know what you're doing, that's going to help you. I'm just telling you guys, putting it out there. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say about that, because we don't want too much of these things to get out there. We know we got trolls and stuff. People that go back and scour these things, like I said about the AI, you know what I mean? Go ahead and we'll type there's already computer programs out there to scour the internet to look for, certain trigger words and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see how that'll go and see how long it takes for me to break them down. Because I know that in a session, if I got the dice probably 2 or 3 times, I just would like to see, me stay at the casino where they're like, oh, which dice do you want? They got their little, thing, and they've got a couple different sets. I'd like to be able to look at the edges to see how they would react to me popping them all those times, like smacking them. And I probably wouldn't be betting, you know what I mean? Because I'd be more there to see their reaction, the casino's reaction on me throwing like that, and me making them snap, and, how they would look at them and if they'd analyze them. I want to see, I want to hack them. I want to see what they're going to do. That's what I mean, craps hacking. I want to throw it out there and see how they react. You know what I mean? I might not put the money on the line because I'm hacking. I'm literally hacking. It's called a social quarry if you look into it. You know what I mean? Like a social hack. I'm finding out the reaction to me doing this on the dice, and I'm also finding out if it breaks the dice down. Just dulls them down just a little bit, because you don't want them razor sharp. You really want them to just cut off that razor. You know what I'm saying at home? Just break down that razor a little bit. Just break the edge down a little bit. Now popping them like that on each other, that'll do it. Believe me. So just putting it out there, guys. CK David Song Craps. We done made it 3 hours again. Unbelievable. Oh yeah. Showing the spin move out the door. You better believe it. Well, shoot, guys. I'm gonna get off here. Release that video. Hey, it was real. Let me send you out the way I came in. For all my brothers out there that get on with the smoke. Gotta let the kiddos out. Get ready for Friday. Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. So it doesn't matter if you use the super grip, whatever you use, try to throw it the same way every time. Every time. I guess I can pull them off like that and it just pops right off in the number, but I can't get it consistent. I'm not a stick man. You know what I mean? I am not a stick man. Get those dice out there. That was a hard way in the corner. There it goes. See that popper? Ooh, damn. That hurts. That was a 6-4-10. 6-4-10. Now you can imagine if they have a hard table and you're snapping them on each other and snapping on that hard table, they can't be liking that. There's no way, man. That just damage. I mean, that just totally destroys dice, man. I mean, you're always smashing them like that. 5-3-8. It's already a hard table as it is, so it's, you know, it's already getting that action, let alone if you're, you know, making them collapse on top of each other. You know what I mean? Just making them bang. See if we can get them to bang on each other. We'll go to the SG claw. There it goes. That's all you gotta do, kiddos. Shit. So whatever way you throw it. The same every time. That is the key. I'm going to keep always telling you this. That is the key to throwing the same numbers over and over. Land in the same spot. And I know it sounds difficult, but you just got to train yourself to do it over and over and not think when you roll. Allow yourself to relax and go into your natural thing that you do. You're at the casino, just do what you do. Allow yourself to naturally go into what you do. You know, you throw thousands and thousands of rolls, hours a day. Don't think about it. Only thing you want to think about is, am I gripping the dice the same way? Am I landing them? Find your landing zone. This is the way I want to throw it. My landing zone is over there in the corner. I want to land it 2 inches out from the corner. Throw that way every time. Every time. That wasn't 2 inches. I had to say it's about probably 6 inches. You see, land that same way. As long as you're off the 7, throw the same way. Try to get in that range and land the same. There it is right there on that one. Get in there. Land in there. Every time. Hit that spot. And if you're, you know, trying to do that, hit that spot every time. You know, if you're making them pop, make them pop also. Make them pop every time. Whatever you're doing, try to do it every time unless you're trying to stunt on them. You know, when I say stunt, I'm saying, you know, like some James Bond shit. You know, you're making yourself not look like yourself. You see what I mean? You're moving the dice around. You've seen our videos before. We move the dice around. You're not trying to allow them to see that your actual skill set. You're not trying to let them see that you're a, you know, Mike Tyson fighter with the dice or some shit. You know what I mean? Wherever you want to think. You know, you're a Kobe Bryant or whoever. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James, whoever your favorite athlete is. You know what I mean? The whole point is your crap's hacking. You're keeping them off of you. And while keeping them off of you, you want to stay on them. So throw the dice the same way every time, whether it's in the corner, you know, whatever. Do your setup. Do the same thing every single time. Now, the beginner and things like that, you can do that. You know what I mean? You can do all that stuff and you can get away with it. I don't think they're going to sweat you until they see that you're banging those numbers. And you got money on them banging them. Also, that's another thing. They might not mind if you're banging the numbers if no one's on the numbers. And if you're not on the numbers, see? That's a whole different story. But if you're on the numbers and you're sitting there pressing it till Kingdom Comes, yeah, they're going to, you know, they're going to notice that. And then you're always pulling your money down. And other people are following your lead. Yeah, they don't like that. Because now you got everybody on the ship, which that's what you want. You want everyone on the ship at the table making money. Really? That's what it's about. So land those things close. However you do them. However you throw it. Roll it. Control it. So remember, the casinos try to play us, but we never stole it. Always roll the same way. Always roll the same way. Try to put everything out of your mind before you throw those dice. Only thing you want in your mind is grabbing them, gripping, releasing, landing in the same spot the same way. Just like that, guys. That is it. Trust me. Don't think about it. And when you notice that you're hitting stuff that you're normally not hitting, you're like, oh shit, don't think anymore. Let it go. Do like the Beastie Boys. Do like the Beastie Boys said. Let it go. Let yourself flow. Slow and low. That's tempo. You know what I mean? Let yourself go. Meaning, let yourself be in the zone. You know, don't just let it go. Because you're already doing everything. Just keep doing what you're doing. But don't think about anything. Because, see, you'll get to a point and you'll notice that. I always talk about the zone because it needs to be talked about. A lot. Because there's a lot to it. And I'm going to get off here. But you notice that. You'll notice that you're throwing something different than what, you know, maybe, or you've noticed in practice, you know, maybe you start throwing 3 in a row. Okay? Now you're at the casino, you know it's 3 in a row. Don't think about it. Maybe you get your money off, but don't think about it. Just get your money off. Keep on at them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep at them, keep at them. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to stay in the zone, don't think about nothing. But doing the same thing you've been doing over and over, which is grabbing the dice, da-da-da. And what will happen is you'll be in such a zone, you won't even think about it. You'll just do, and you'll do, and then you'll actually maximize the reason you practice at your house. You'll be able to literally get out of yourself your fullest capacity. The same as when I train with lifting weights. Okay, you're not gonna get underneath and squat 1,000 pounds. You're not gonna get underneath and squat 700 plus pounds, or 600 plus pounds, 500 plus pounds. Okay, just any old way. Okay, you can't get underneath that weight and start thinking, well, oh, is my knee going to tear? Ah, you understand what I'm talking about now, right? See, you can't think about that. You gotta let it go, man. Let yourself go. Like, just let it go, man. Let it go. If you've played sports or not, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, maybe this is for the new person. Just let yourself go, man. Literally, let it go, man. Let it go. Just let yourself go out there. It's a natural part of us anyway, once we train. And it's just a natural thing that happens is we rely on our training. Our training comes out, then we slip into what I call machine mode, which is the best part of the zone, because you're literally like a machine and you are at full capacity, maximized on your top level shit, because you're firing on every cylinder and you're not thinking about it because your training's coming out. That's why we train hard at the house on our tables. When we go to the casino, we want that training to come out, and when you notice it coming out, don't think about it. Let it just go on. You see what I'm saying? Let it happen. Let it happen, because I'm sure. See, I think that's what allows me to get, and to have gotten to other levels. Because when you throw 68 rolls, it's no joke. Or you throw, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. The best I've thrown is 68. I've been to 60 several times. I was knocking on the door, and I finally was like, fuck it, man. I'm not going to try to. Because, man, I've been up there several times, man. Several times in the 60s, man. I couldn't knock my number down. Maybe I will sometime on film, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll put one down at, like, the bone thrower, you know what I mean? Put like a 90 or something down, Because one day I'll break that record, but I don't think about it. But for a while there, for months and months and months, I was like just dead set on trying to break that damn record, man. And I wouldn't be happy with 30 rolls, or like high 20 rolls, or like 40 rolls. Because it had to be a 50 or it had to be a 60 for me to like, oh, it's something, no, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? That doesn't matter. All that stuff's great for ego and all that, but really what comes down to it, what's going to feed you and your family and keep you rolling is the short rolls. And getting all those numbers that you would normally roll, which most people don't roll like, I don't know, it takes them a long time to roll like triples, quads, fives on numbers. You know what I mean? They need to get into like 20s and 30s to do that shit, let alone be under 10 and to roll like, triples, fours, fives on one number, because you don't have that many rolls. That means you're maximizing your roll. You're really doing the shit. You see what I'm saying? So I haven't, I've knocked on the door, man, and one little blip of focus. That was my whole thing about the focus, man. It's a big focus, man, because you're in the zone for a while. You know what I mean? You're talking about, I'm over here running the stick. Shit. Oh, fuck, man. I remember times throwing for, hour 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And then it'd be like, what the fuck? I was throwing that long? You know what I mean? Just not even knowing it, man, because I'd be in such a zone. Then one little thing would happen, then I'd come out and I'd be like, damn, man. Hell, you've been throwing for over a fucking hour, man. You know what I'm saying? What do you do then? You're all jacked up. You're like, damn, man, what just happened? You know what I mean? I didn't just throw for over an hour, did I really? Because you're so focused on doing what you want to get done. You want to break that record. Like, see, for me, every time I've gotten to my 60, into the 60s, that little guy in my head is like, I'm about this little, and I'm always telling myself, don't think. I'll be damned, man. I'd start thinking about shit because I want to beat that damn 68. I mean, so I started thinking, okay, shit, I'm getting ready to roll a 70 or 72. There I go. There I go. See? Why? Because I was thinking of some bullshit. I should have been thinking. Oh, yeah, I feel you, Seven. I feel you. Yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm finishing up here. Hey, thanks for stopping out. Remember, I'm dropping that one right after this. I'm late night anyway, late out. But as long as I just get my energy back, eat, I'll be good to go. Friday tomorrow. Last day of work. I'm off for the weekend. Yeah, so I've been up in the 60s, man, and just that focus, man, to be up in there like that, man. It's not an easy ditty, man. It's not an easy ditty. You know, and then when you come off of it, it's a rough down too, though. That's another thing, also. You know, you roll those big rolls, you come off of them. Like I'm talking about those big 50 plus, like 54. I've been in the 50s so many times, man. I've got it written down. You know what I mean? Like 50s and 60s, and I just could not get past that damn 68, man. I've rolled so many 60s, man. 60, 62, 64, 66, 67. Tied my 68. You know what I mean? 65s, like all in the 60s, man. Just couldn't break that bitch, man, because I'd always be thinking about hitting that damn 70 barrier. Because I knew that 70 is a whole nother level than the 60s. It's just weird. You know, you can roll teens. It's different than the 20s. It's like you got teens, right? You got early teens or late teens, which those are different rolls. You got 13 or like 18, 19. Those are different rolls, right? You got early 20s, you got later 20s. You got early 30s or later or late 30s. See what I mean? So it's a difference between a 30 roll or a 38 or 39. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Or like 40s. You know what I mean? Like 40 or 50. You know what I mean? You know, 38's just pretty much a 40. You know what I mean? 38's like a 40, 42, whatever. You know what I mean? But a 40 is to be respected. The 40 doesn't come every day. It does not come. I don't know what is about those, man. Something about those 40s, man. I've blown right through the 40s so many times, went right into 50s. You know, something about those 40s. I don't know what it is. You know, you start getting in those numbers, man. You gotta not think about what you've been doing. You know what I mean? You gotta keep rolling. You literally gotta like focus on not thinking, so your body can do what you've been naturally doing for several rolls. Because there's been several times where I've hit up in the 50s and 60s where I've just went right through the 30s and 40s. You know what I mean? Last time I remember, I was at like 20 rolls. And next thing I know, I'm like, you know, up in the 50s. You know what I mean? Like I've just blown because I was in so much a zone. Like I come out of the zone like 20 something rolls later after, you know, realizing, okay, well, I'm at right around 20 or something. Then, you know, next thing you know, like 30 rolls later, I'm like, oh shit, I'm up in the 50s. And I'm like, oh. So then it's like I realize I'm in the 50s, and it's like you got to like keep it down. You got to keep the screws tight down because I've already come unscrewed. You see what I'm saying? I've already come unscrewed as far as my focus because I'm thinking of where I'm at. That doesn't matter. You just want to. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're rolling triple digits. You'll find out once you get done, you 7 out. If you're really serious about rolling those big numbers. That was when I was real serious. You know what I mean? But faced a lot of heartache hitting the 60s and hitting the wall in the 60s. You know what I mean? I just couldn't get past it up to this point. So that's that. But we know that under 10 is what will get us all in. So that's what matters. You can't sit there and rely on that you're going to roll 50s and 60s and 40s and 30s or 20s. But you can sure as crap, you know, flies on crap, know that you can get into the 6 to 13 barrier. You know what I mean? If your average is 8, you know, 8. Some days you're going to be able to, you know, hit those double numbers in 4 or 5 reps. You know, because if your average is 10, you don't want to take it out to 10. You see what I mean? I just say 10 because make my money within 10. And I think everyone should be able to make their money within 10. Within 10. Within 10. Why not? If you got a super high average, just get efficient. Quit being sloppy. Get efficient. Make your money. Hit your numbers that you're hitting. Press them up. Get up out of there. Don't be silly. You know what I mean? Play the game like we really should play it. To win. To win. We play to win. not to lose. We play to win. We put our money on the line. We're going to pull our money off, or we're going to turn it off. We're not going to leave the money up all day long. We're not going to leave it up all day long like most people. Oh, well, I just put, you know what I mean? So fuck that. We're not going to do that. You know what I mean? If we're an early player, we're going to pull one or two or early. We're not going to be concerned with the big rolls. We are going to be, because we're always concerned with them, okay? We are concerned with them. We want to roll the big rolls. It does feel good. The adrenaline feels good. And plus the big rolls let us know that we get into a zone. Okay? But the immediate zone, under 10, is when you're banging those numbers. You also fall into that zone also. It doesn't. I'm just showing you the short zone. Everyone wants the big, long roll with that zone, but this is a whole nother zone, though. We can fall into that short zone also and bang those numbers. I'm just telling you. It's there. Just don't think about it. When you start hitting those numbers over and over, don't think about it. Just know that it's happening. And keep throwing the same way and doing the same thing you're doing. That's all that you have to know about that. Do the same thing over and over. And pull your money down. Don't get caught up in the adrenaline when you're at the casino and you catch yourself doing that. You know what I mean? And you're more focused on that you're rolling 4 or 5 in a row and you're not pulling your money off when you should. So I assure you, if you're thinking about, wow, I just rolled 4 or 5 in a row, that means you're not in the zone anymore. You've come out of the zone. You're going to 7 out soon, guys. You mark my word. You're going to 7 out soon because you thought about that. It's just a fact of life, man. I don't know everything, but I know this for a fact about being in the zone and being in the zone deep. For more than just rolling dice. You know what I mean? It's a couple different things. See what I mean? And it always gets down to machine mode. Whether it's fighting, deadlifting, rolling dice. It doesn't matter. It all comes down to a machine mode. Machine mode is all your training off the table or whatever you do, and it just comes out. And you don't have to think. It just comes out. It just comes out like you want it to always come out. But now that's come out like you've always wanted it to come out. Now are you going to let it stay out? Or are you going to think about, oh, wow, it's come out finally. Yeah. Well, see, there you go. There we go. Now we just lost our focus. You know, we're on a big monster roll. We were planning on, maybe putting pulling our money off to maybe going up on a 6-8 and then a little, we got the pass line. We go up on the field bet, start working that, and try to get back on because we've made 300 or 400. We're like, well, shit, we'll just kind of try to rock this bitch out a little bit, kind of rock them in the nuts a little bit. You know what I mean? They rock me in the balls. Let's go and rack them a little bit. Hey, teach his own. I'm just telling you about the zone. For a fact. Don't think when you realize different things are happening. Let it happen. It's okay. But make sure you get that monies out of there. Make sure, because if you let it happen, you might be letting it happen. You're like, press it. Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah. You're not pulling your money down. See, that's the thing. You gotta, it's gotta be in tune. See what I mean? So it takes a minute. That's why it's easier to roll if you have a team or if you have someone else betting for you. So you can just roll and just be the roller. You know what I mean? They do the betting if you really want to know. Hey, that's it though, guys. That's how we put it out. 3 hours and a half. Banging it out. To Kid Ocean. This is Cozy. Has Bart Simpson on the front. With a pair of high tops with, it says Cozy. C-O-Z-Y. Kid Ocean. Just telling you. Just do it like listening to. He's good to bang to. Hey, appreciate you guys stopping out. I've got to get to work here, eat a little bit, maybe watch a show or two. Yeah, it's late, I still got to watch finish up Jones. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here. See the news right here. Anyway, though, guys, CK Dangerous Arm Craps. Appreciate your time, guys. Man, another 3.5 hours. Hopefully, everyone got something out of that. Hopefully, everyone that will watch this will get something out of this. Big shout out to Bone Thrower again. That's my guy, man. That's my buddy. Hoping to run into him over in his state. give him a shout out. Hopefully we'll be able to put some sessions down together in the casino. You know what I mean? He doesn't need me, I don't need him type thing. It's just a love kind of thing as far as, hey, why not? Why not? I mean, we can get two top level dudes together or whatever. Or if you're bad and your dude's bad, or, however, whatever, you guys are nasty. You make more money that way. See what I'm saying? We're always into making more money. I mean, maximizing our money making, but at the same time shielding greed off. Not getting greedy about it. You see what I mean? We never want to get into the greed thing. When we get greedy, we get sloppy, and the game's over with. Game's over with. That's when we start losing money. When we start getting into that rut, that whole little thing most people get into. Throw more money down, buy in for X amount. You're going to have to rebuy in at times. That's okay. But that's it. We're not going to be running to no ATM and all that. We're not doing that. Hey, though, guys. Hey, appreciate you viewing, guys. Sorry I didn't chat. Probably be on here Sunday. Funny. I was just about to say Sunday. See, I'm not sure. I will let you know a half an hour before I go on, though. For sure, I'll let you know. For sure, I'll be rolling. I'll try to save myself so I can roll a little bit more on this live stream, but I think I like talking a little bit more because, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? You gotta pick your spots. You know what I mean? And, I don't know. I just want to, really make sure I'm focused on my roll. Like when I'm rolling, I want to make sure that every bit of time that I roll, I'm focusing on rolling. Now, when I'm videoing, that's one thing, but if I'm like live stream, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because I'm like talking and we're live, and it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't, the camera's on, but it's hard for me to forget that the camera's on compared to like if I'm playing, a little session with myself here and rolling, and the camera's just on, but it's not live. Weird, because I'll forget that it's even on. I'm like, oh shit, that kid, oh damn, it is on. And I have to make sure that I have my, my shit on, because you know what I mean, things happen, camera bumps, that kind of thing. And that's another good thing that, with the videos and not with the live, because, there's times I hit the camera and the camera, I won't have my shit on, and the camera will be facing straight up, and I'm talking straight down at the camera looking at it. I'm like, oh shit, great. It's just what I need. So, you know what I mean? It's, or whatever. Yo, I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to drop this next one, guys. Again, that's going to involve the, with the dice coming like this. But this one, we're using the hard surface insert. Hopefully, we'll have these dice real soon. We'll break out all of our dice ways we're throwing the dice. We'll be moving all around the table and everything to break in these dice and figure out how they're moving. So you want to really, master and find out how your dice are moving all around the table from all the positions. I just believe in that. I believe in, learning as much data as you possibly can, like hackers do. Hackers do a lot of reading. Don't think they don't. I mean, they like taking the easy route too, though. I like the easy route. There's a lot to be learned. There's a lot of data that goes into. It isn't just dice control. You want to learn the data, your personal data, how you roll, bet according to how you roll. Learn to let yourself fall into a zone. Teach yourself to pull your money down or turn it off, because that's a whole nother thing. We might be nasty at rolling, but we have no self-discipline because greed runs us. Hey guys, CK Danger Zone Crap. We'll see you next time. 326. Pay that. Any last words? Let me see here. Make sure that you don't roll. Make sure to maximize your rolls, guys. In your practice session, try to, not be fatigued. When you're rolling, try to have good practice sessions when you're well rested. I mean, you're not always going to be well rested and things like that. Yeah. I know. Um, Make sure you're well rested. Before you roll, don't roll for too long and get burnt out. Like I said, I ride in between. Being burnt out, not. That's why I was like, roll those couple. I'm like, 7 out. I'm not gonna, because I'm right in that in between time right now. You know what I mean? I need to eat, and so you want to play those times, because see, you're also training yourself. You know what I mean? You're also training yourself. So, the more you roll better, the more you're training yourself to be good. If that makes sense. So if you're burnt out, watch don't burn out, because you're gonna get bad training. It's like bad form. It's like you do not want to get, you don't want to go squatting like we used to do these back-to-back sets on squats. Do like 12 sets, 10 to 12 sets of doubles and triples, and it'd be like I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. And that shit used to hurt me, man, because I'm a deadlifter. I'm kind of longer build. I'm not like stubby kind of build, you know what I mean, where I'm built for that. So I'm not built to bench or squat. I'm built to deadlift. I have long arms. When I lock the weight out, the weight's like down below my knees. You know what I mean? So it's like record breaking. My whole body compacts. It's like perfect. So squatting's difficult. But see, you want to have good form though. See, 'cause if in your sessions you train with bad form, when you put big weight on your back, you know what's going to happen, right? You've already taught yourself bad form. There's not that margin for error goes way down when you're training with 315 pounds on your back up to 405 on your back. Then you slap on like 600 pounds on your back. You start putting those plates on there, your room for error drops way down. Okay? What I mean is you have to train how you're going to be throwing, and train as close to how you're going to be throwing. I mean, don't, if you've been throwing good all day and then you're like, oh, okay, I'll come in here, I'll throw the, you get burned out. You're burned out. You're mentally like, you're just like addicted and geeked like how I was when I first started. You got to keep throwing. Maybe back off a little bit. Don't take a day off. No, I'm just saying back off. Let your brain reset. Get into something else. Let your brain focus. Read a book, take a walk, do anything other than like the dice. Let your brain get away from it. That way or let your conscious self get away from it. That way your subconscious can absorb everything. Then your muscle memory kicks in. But you want good practice sessions. Good practice sessions, because practice makes perfect. And I can assure you, if you're training bad, like if you're training with your mind fatigued, you're tired, you're not focused, you're just throwing the dice, you'll always get frustrated. And you won't be able to actually learn how to do this thing. To learn to do this thing, and the captain, from what I always read, he always said, don't go in the casino unless you're well rested and you got your vittles in you. I didn't understand that at first fully like I do now. Because it matters. Dude, you can be a badass, man. You'll go in there and roll and you'll be like, oh yeah, whatever. You can 7 out. But if you're focused like you should be, I mean, it's going to be a whole different story. Same as with your sessions, though. You need to practice with intent. Not just rolling the dice like I'm just practicing. What do you want to do? Get out of your practice and do that. You know what I mean? Don't just go run through your practice and run through it because you're burned out and you just keep rolling and rolling. I wouldn't suggest that. I've done that though. I don't think that does you good. I think that slows you down. That furthermore like puts shit on top of your fire. You don't want shit on top of your fire that puts your fire out. You really want gasoline on your fire. The gasoline comes when you walk away a little bit. Then you get built up because you get re-excited again about throwing the dice. It means you're going to be more focused to stay away from the 7 when you come back because you're not burned out. Like, oh, I'm just throwing the dice. You know what I mean? You got to do that. You got to do that. So you don't want to throw burnout, because if you throw burnout, you'll have bad sessions. And those bad sessions will reflect in the casino when you go to the casino. So you want to have good sessions when you throw at your place. It's okay to throw. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to walk away if you're not having a good time, either be in real life at the casino or at your place. But I'm just speaking merely right now of training, because your training will affect your ability to go into a zone. That's why you want to train well. Train well. And once you find that happy balance of short training intervals, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times with the dice for you. I take them 1 or 2 times when I'm here now. You know what I mean? Where I used to just take them and keep on taking them. Just keep, 7 out and just keep on running. You know what I mean? I don't do that now. There's no reason to do that. You know what I mean? Because I don't, it's so intense when I make a video for me or if I'm like rolling, even with the money off the line. Just rolling, let alone putting those chips up there, like simulating the monies. I mean, it's like so intense, I feel it. It clicks everything about me when I'm hitting those numbers over and over in a row. I have to keep tight mentally, is what we talk about in powerlifting. You have to keep tight mentally so you'll stay tight. You'll stay tight on those numbers so you can ride that out and keep that mental tight like you need to while your money's up, then get that money off. Then you can slip up, 7 out, maybe play you a don't if you want. That kind of thing. But, when the money's online, you got to be tight. When you're in your training sessions, keep it tight. I'm not lecturing you, but I'm just telling you. This is how you get really bad at this rolling thing. You get really dangerous. Dangerous meaning with the correct amount of money, you can easily be kicked out of a state and banned from casinos all throughout that state. That's what I mean about dangerous. You can adapt. Craps hacking, you can adapt to hard, soft. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. That's where you want to get to. It doesn't matter. You have the self-control, all the happy stuff. All the happy stuff that you can pull away. You know yourself. You know that when you're hitting 4s, hell yeah, you know that 4s and 10s are rare. But because of the way you roll, never catch. Oh, thanks, thanks, Hi Skippy. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off. I'm just kind of finishing up, just with this zone kind of talk, just what it really takes, what it really takes to be on that level, and to get on that level to help people to where, I appreciate your comment, by the way, appreciate that. For people to, I'm trying to do my best to help people to get on that level. Because I know how to get into a zone. I've done it in several different things. I'm an athlete. I played, sports my whole life, that kind of thing. I know how to slip into a zone. I know that when you're in a zone, you don't want to think. You don't want to think. Like when you go into a casino, you drive to the casino. You want to have your basic thing you want to do. Like I like to chill, smoke, listen to my little beats and, kind of think about what I want to do, but not think about too much. And like overexhaust myself. See, there's a fine balance to everything here. This is like the pro shit. You're not just, hey, I throw some dice in a box in my house. I'm going to go to the casino and see it work. No, you're thinking about the whole thing. You're thinking when you're at your house, you're rolling those dice with no chips on the line. Your puck's working for you. You're hitting 4s. You're hitting 6s. You're thinking, okay, do I have enough rolls to make money in this roll? Every roll you roll that you're not just flipping the dice out, working on landing in a certain spot or just something to that nature, you're always thinking, was this a money roll? You're always thinking, was this a money roll? Always think that. Always. And that will keep you positive off of when you roll short rolls and then your mind tries to play on you like, well, I rolled a short roll, that was shitty. That doesn't matter. We're always going to have short rolls. What matters is, did you make money in that short roll, or would you have been able to make money with that short roll? Did you throw the numbers? Would you have been, 64 crossed? You 7 out after 6. Did you roll 3 numbers you could have made money on, or 2 numbers after your point, or did you work the point? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Did you tell yourself I'm working the point, or I'm not working it? After that, did you hit a couple numbers? Were you good to go after that? That's what you have to think of, and that little key right there will keep you from that little self-conscious thing where it like gets us in a rut. Like, well, I didn't roll big. When rolling big doesn't matter. That's not what makes us the money. That's not how you make the money. I don't know about you guys, but I'm here to make money. That's what this game's about. You make fast money at this game. You have to have good discipline, though. You make fast money at this game. It's not about, I didn't read this in no books. That's why I'm trying to shout this from the rooftops. It's not about the big rolls. The casinos use that mindset and capitalize on us because that's a greedy mindset. You can't possibly be thinking that dice with sharp razor cut edges and all this precision, tuning and all this drilling and all, or finesse, all this stuff they do with polish and all this crap they do to dice and test them out and everything. You can't possibly think we're going to put money up on the line and roll these dice and they're going to roll. We're going to be able to stay away from the 7 all day. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You can be the best damn roller on this whole damn planet. I don't give a shit. It doesn't work that way. The 7 will come. Every roller coaster has an end. It's going to come to an end. Now, what you got to know is where do your rolls fall into for the most part? Are they short rolls, medium rolls, long rolls, super short rolls, short medium rolls, short long? You know what I mean? Where's your range? Do you hit numbers over and over and over? See, what got me really addicted to dice control was I was able to throw in the 30s early on, like some longer stuff early on, so that got me addicted, so I was able to stay in there. And I always read about other people throwing numbers, like crazy numbers in a row, but I wasn't thinking I didn't know it would be me. I thought that'd be nice to be able to do that, but now that I'm doing that, it's like, that's the best way, man. Especially if you're confident, you're going to be off that 7, the first one, like bone thrower, you know what I mean? I don't always work my come outs. I'm not always super confident on my come outs. Shit, I'm just keeping it real with you. You know what I mean? Because I'll 7 out. I need to take in that data. I'm a craps hacker. I need to take in that data on how that 7 is coming out. I might need that come out roll. And while I'm hitting the 7 on that come out roll, I'm getting on the pass line. I'm winning on the pass line. That's not a bad thing. You see what I mean? And while I'm taking that data, I might be pressing up half a unit. And as I'm taking in that data, now I find my range where I need to be. Here I go, point master. How, hit point after point. Well, I've got the pass line up there winning for me, and I have odds, because I take odds. I just don't do it in my videos, but yeah, I take odds. Why not? You get a lot of points, yeah. You should. Shit. You gotta do it, Then you're banging them numbers. So, I don't buy the 4 or lay buy the 4 and 10 or lay them, whatever that much. I don't know, man. I mean, I could capitalize a couple more bucks there, but I don't know, man. I just figure, man, with the brain power that I have to use, I'd rather just use regular shit. Let me just put that money up and let me just bang these numbers, man. Fuck it. I don't care about that couple of $2. I mean, that's $2 little bucks, I understand that. But what I care more about is using the brain power to hit those numbers than the couple dollars to buy those numbers. That's what I care about more about, is the brain power to hit those numbers instead of the brain power to let me figure out what I need to give them or whatever they say to buy these fucking things and stuff. Yeah, just give me 64 across the numbers. Then I'm done with that shit. Now all I have to do is stay away from the 7. Focus on how am I gripping those dice? Am I gripping them the same way? Everything I tell you guys, so you can hit those same numbers. So I assure you, I'll put it on 64 across, and a lot of times I won't even hit, 4, 10, or 6. I might just be on a 5 and 8 or 5, 8, and 9. You know what I mean? Like half the numbers, and I'm just banging them. There's no reason to be on there anymore. I'm not bragging, guys. I'm just saying that this is all my opinion. My game of craps, I try to make this whole thing efficient. Efficient rolls, efficient with your monies. I try to make as much money as a dude would normally make by needing a long roll, but in a short roll. That's what I try to do. Damn, looks like we're looking at 4 hours, guys. Getting close. All right, guys. I just gotta tear the Band-Aid off. Damn it! Told my wife I was only gonna be on here half an hour. But hey, CK Dinosaur Craps. Appreciate you guys' time. Again, we're gonna be dropping out one video. Appreciate you guys stepping in. You hear I'm getting choppy. I gotta get some fluid. Throat's chopping up pretty strong right now. Got the morning news on. It's a late one. This video will get you really fired up to throw some dice. I'll tell you what, it'll get you really fired up. I hope it does, guys. Hope it does. Leave a comment at the bottom, after I drop it. Yeah, I'm struggling. Ooh, they have ripples under the felt. Yeah, buddy. Exactly. That is freaky. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. See? That's why we love the info here. That's key right there. Those little ripples will throw your shot off. Those little ripples will throw your shot off right there. You got this shot that you're used to without any ripples. Now they've got these little ripple BS things right there for you. Let alone the gator back spikes, bouncing everything around. You're still oh, nice. Hey, you're putting in a good session, Rasta. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why we do it, I would shut. I had to, I'll ease back probably. I'm kind of, I might be done for the night. Yeah, probably save it for the morning. Okay, I sit down. I go to bed at 6 a.m. I go to bed at 6, it would probably be like 7. Got to eat and stuff. I don't know. I hate to get on those late night sessions like 6 o'clock a.m., man, because I start getting hot. Next thing you know, I'm on a 40 piece. I'm like, shit, I got to work in the morning, man. Damn it. You know what I mean? Or I might get on something super stupid. Then I can't let go of it because I'm like, dude, I'm not letting go of this roll. Shit, I just threw 4 10s in a row. Are you kidding me? Now I'm working on throwing all the hard ways. I done hit my all-toe and everything. Right. I'm not, then I get stubborn. I will not come off a roll. I'm like, nope, I won't. I'll have to stay in that session. You know what I mean? Other times I'll be like, no, screw that. But, I got to be careful, man, because I get geeked up about this stuff. I'll get excited and, I'll stay on here live stream for 4 hours, or I might stay on the table, that kind of thing. But yeah, as my man, I think it was Lester Bush tells me, you got to take care of yourself. So I'm going to take care of myself, because if we don't take care of ourselves, no one else will. We have to take care of ourselves. That way we can, go to the casino, be healthy-minded, fresh, and beat these son of bitches out that money. They would have sure as hell beat us out of money, make up all their schemes. So, hey, that's what we do here, guys. That's what we do. That's what we do. Maximum efficiency on all of our rolling. However, everything we do when it comes to this game. Very efficient with your rolls. If you're going to roll 20, 30, that's fine. But, do you have the focus to focus that hard for that long and banging those numbers? It takes a big, big focus to hit them numbers like that, man. You guys see me explode. I'm trying not to explode. I can't help myself. I'm a human being. It happens, I try to keep glued so, when I'm at the casino, I can try to play it all. But shit, man, you know what I mean? It's embarrassing, but it's like, dude, it's just the rawest emotion you can have, man. You can't help it. It's adrenaline. It's that adrenaline coming out, and you're just like, damn it, son of a bitch is what I've been talking about. So I practice all these hours for. You just get super excited. So Batman voice comes out. But hey, guys, Rasta, big roll for Rasta. He's still rolling. Appreciate you guys' time. We'll put this video out. This video, I'm telling you, man, whatever with this video. Then I'm going to shoot one in the morning before this little part-time gig. See if we can get one more with this hard surface. But want to use something that's, we might go from L2. Because I think we're at L1. We might go from L2. Because, like with this stagger grip, use a stagger like this. Because we're going to throw these dice out as soon as my other dice come, man. I actually hate these fucking dice, to be honest, man. Now, did you see how that hit? And it's like, pew, it just whips like that. That's exactly what that throw was designed to do. Now, on a soft table, it wouldn't get that action. That's why if you have a hard table, work this throw. Work this throw. Like Bone Thrower. He could throw this throw. Like, dude, he can throw it. He's ridiculous. This would be a perfect throw. I know that he has hard tables out there. That's why I love to get out there. Don't let me find any hard tables. It's like taking candy from a baby. I'm telling you. You set up an L2. and you work that. You work that way like I showed you like that from L1. I'm sorry. I always say L2. That's because I'm always at L2. You know, but you work that. Actually, hold on here. Okay, yeah, it's the first finger. Yeah, first finger. Like that. Again, I use a stagger grip. You go from L1. There's no distance there's nothing there, man. There's nothing. You know, just use your 45-degree angle. Little loop. Use that little loop. All the throws are in a loop. You know, because that way you can drop some of that energy off. And if it's a bouncy table, you can still use that 45-degree, but it's not technically a 45-degree angle. It's a shorter. It's a much lower, like lower range. I guess we'll use rainbow. Use the word rainbow. It's a shorter rainbow. Shorter rainbow instead of the big, the big loop. It's a little one. It's a little one. It's a little one. And study the action of the dice. Learn the action of your dice. Learn the action of your dice. And try to mimic that action when you go to the casino. There's a lot to be said about the action of your dice. I won't stretch for another hour because I could go on for an hour about that. But I won't, guys. Sorry. So, yeah. Check these throws out. We'll drop his hit on here. Mrs. probably sleep. I got to get these dogs going. They're just record breaking. They're in there probably sleeping. They love their mom. There's going to be some good dudes. I'll tell you what. This video, Bo makes a debut on this one. He makes his debut by barking on this one. I don't know why he's even barking. He's barking at me for something. Like he was thirsty or something. He already's on that. He'll bark to let me know he needs out. He's silly. He's going to be a good guard dog. He's going to be a good guard dog. I love that dude. But hey, CK Dangerous Arm Craps, guys. We'll see you next time. Appreciate everyone's time. We'll keep dropping these hits. Ah, there we go, Roston. Hey, you're very welcome for the advice, Shane Brain. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'll try to get on here Sunday. But until then, this hit I'm going to drop on you today. I'm all about motivation. See, because a lot of people, I'm not saying any of our viewers are like this, but there's a lot of people that are negative out there. Screw that negative stuff. We don't have time to be negative. We're in a negative environment as it is, if you really look at it. You know what I mean? Throwing the dice, controlling the dice. It's not negative to do that. I'm just saying the environment is negative because, it's a high occurrence that most people will never, ever be able to manipulate these dice. Stay away from the 7 to make money over and over with this. You see what I mean? So, we want to be as positive as possible because everyone's going to say it's not possible. All this old horse manure. Whatever, dude. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's why you got to know, and sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back lightly. Because you still have to be honest with yourself. Because it's real money that's going to be on the line. But at the same time, you got to be able to allow yourself that confidence, to be confident. Not cocky, but confident. And to know your level. And to know if you bang numbers, bet on those numbers you hit. Whether you, or you're a person that right now your game spreads it all around. Well, don't hang in there for, doubles and triples. Just hit 3 different numbers. Until you start getting more consistent, with banging those numbers. Because that is where we want to be at. They can't do shit to us, man. We can hit those numbers so fast under 10, and we're out. And we can make almost as much money as they can make on a nice long roll. We do it right. Especially if you bankroll expose. If you expose your bankroll, oh yeah. You make big money. Because the chances of a bunch of suckers walking there negative, I'm just saying it, man. That's a sucker move. They're playing us like we're suckers. When we put our money on the line and we're thinking that this money's just going to be up there all day, right? We're just going to make money. It's just going to keep making money for us. It's just going to keep making money like the stock market. No, this is a different deal. This isn't BP or Marathon Oil. Whatever. We can buy stock and it can kick off a pretty decent dividend as long as we get, a decent amount of accumulation. Monies in the market in their particular stock you own. You know what I mean? See, we got to turn this money off up here. Or they pull it back. You ever see how fast they pull that money? They've got that shit down. They pull that real quick, so that way it's a less effect for you losing it. See what I mean? But hey, that's just some old stuff I'm going into. Sea cake, Davy Storm crabs. It's been real, guys. We'll see you next time. Appreciate your time, guys. We got that next video coming out. We'll see you Friday special. Some big motivation, guys. Blow it up. Appreciate you viewing.